a website called All About the Tea.
He told All About the Tea that during the fight,
Hey, teacups, it's your girl Monica. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. Joining me tonight are teacup affiliates, the Bishop. Hey, Bishop.
hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Good.
Doing all right?
Good. We have Schoolboy in the building. Hey, Schoolboy. Okay. Hey. We also have Plez joining us. Hey, Plez.
Hey y'all, how are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
Good.
Good. All right, y'all. Let's dive right into it. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button down below, okay? And if you're already subscribed to the channel, bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this channel. Teacups, on the agenda this evening is Kirk Franklin, and he was set up by his son, okay? It was a setup. Over the weekend, his son exposed or leaked a cuss-filled rant after they had some sort of argument or disagreement, and it went viral. And the Christian community, they have their panties in a bunch, basically, over this. They are really upset. And also, we're going to touch on Sharon Osbourne's racist rant on The Talk and The Talk getting shut down. All right, we're going to jump right into it. How's my sound? Just give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me well. All right. Okay. Yeah. Kirk went off. Yeah. Yeah, he sure did. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Do we all want to do as a panel a sound check, Bishop? You want to check your sound?
Oh, testing 1, 2, 3.
All right. Plez, you want to do a sound check?
Giving honor to God, who's the head of my life.
Amen. And Schoolboy, you want to do a sound check?
Still chasing those lemon head demons out here today. They still out. Kirk Franklin's son might be a lemon head demon. I don't know. He set up his daddy.
Yeah. Well, listen, they exist. All right. They're all among us everywhere. Okay. So over the weekend, like I said, Kirk Franklin's 33-year-old son, Carry-On Franklin, leaked audio of his gospel singing daddy cussing him out. Carry-On is Kirk's son from a previous marriage. For those that are wondering, he describes himself as an author, producer, cinematographer on his Instagram. Now, according to him, he's all those things. He's also into music and shares a lot of pictures of himself in the studio. I don't know what kind of music he's into or if he's actually put out anything, but yeah. So nothing is known about his mother. Do y'all know anything about his mother? I don't. I was trying to do some research all day. I have no clue. Can't find anything. In the audio of the partial phone call, because he doesn't release the whole thing. It's just a snippet of it. So you really don't know what sets Kirk off, right? We just hear Kirk going off, right? Kirk can be heard saying, "You need to get your skinny mother effing ass back out." Oh, Lord, goodness gracious. Before I put a foot up your ass, okay? Now, a lot of us that have grown up in Christian households or amongst church people, we've all heard this before. It's Black households, right? Bishop, have you ever heard a parent, an auntie, an uncle, Christian, say they want to put up, well, I've heard kick a hole in your ass. I've heard that. I've been told that.
Well, not in my household, particularly where I was from, I say. But I have heard cussing Christians. I've heard that. Like my parents like to say those are oxymorons, but okay. They call it blackguard in the Pentecostal realm. where when they say black, words that ain't good, but they say, oh, they black art.
Yeah. Plus, have you ever heard a Christian go off or use language that was out of character, ungodly like language, as they would say?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We all
Yeah.
fall short of the glory. People think that because you're a Christian, that I don't know what that means. You you have anger management skills or conflict resolution skills. Most people don't. They just think God is gonna cure everything and they don't have to do no work or self-improvement on themselves. So yes, it is, especially with me being from the deep south, quiet as it's kept. When I was a little girl, you might hear a little of it in the church house. We used to have this old usher who was so mean. He would come pinch you and twist. If you was talking too much as a kid, he would pull you. The mothers would pull you by the ear. They gonna do whatever they got to do to get you together. And yes, I was 10 years old when the head deacon, and the pastor got into it in the middle of church.
Oh my goodness.
Deacon stood up and said, "Not on my watch." not on, not, Pastor was trying to call a meeting on his own, and the deacon was like, "No, sir, no, not today." And they were about to fight. So, yeah.
Lord. Schoolboy, have you ever witnessed anything of that nature?
Hell yeah. Shit. I'm living in a black household. You let you come in there wrong, or you think you might get something thrown at you. You might get cussed out. You might get told to sit your ass down. You might get told I will put my foot all the way up in your. If you think you finna, I mean, shoot. Yeah. It made us better people for it. Shoot, we got cussed all the time. That's why we out here respecting our parents. We scared. We still scared as adults. We like, oh, every time you see, you be like, dang, I'm 35 and I'm still gonna get my behind whooped. Let me go on and get up out her house. I want to get up out of here real quick. Yeah. I don't know. People was like, oh, he's Kirk wrong. I said, word, I don't know where y'all lived at, but I know where I lived at. And even though my aunties and them could quote the Bible, they would still cuss you out and still put you out of their house if necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, if you've grown up in a black household, what Kirk says in the audio, which I'll play in a few minutes, is nothing shocking or surprising. Ashanti Page, thank you so much for the super chat. That's Pinky's voice from next Friday when he had his foot on Craig's neck. I played it over and over and compared it. I tell you. Oh, goodness gracious. B, really, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't understand. People is upset like they never got cussed out by their parents. At least he got an apology. My parents wouldn't even do that. Yeah, child, no apology, nothing. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and play the audio so we can all listen to it together.
Oh, we gonna listen to it as a family? Oh, okay.
Hang on. Give me 1 second. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh.
Shout out to the parents that already cussed their kids out today about 4 times.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so here we go. Can y'all see that? Make the whole screen big. Okay.
There's no sound.
There's no sound?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'll start over. Give me a second. I'll start over. There is no sound. I wonder why. Huh. Okay, let me play it again. Huh. Oh, I know why there's no sound. Guys, bear with me. Give me 1 second.
Plies, is that your daddy?
You know what? I'm going to put it on the screen. Just bear with me. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Plies
Is
said
that
he
thinning
gonna.
on the top? What is that going on with Kirk head? Is that taco meat? What is that?
I don't know, like spray paint.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Okay.
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 Got
Give me
that
1 second.
Beijing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Beijing because he's going bald.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh
It
Jesus,
looked
let it
like
go. Let it go.
Ah,
just go bald headed.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give me 1 second and I'll put it up on the screen.
I'm gonna pray for his follicles. Jesus. Help him out. Lord God. Bring it.
Plies said he gonna put him on the song on the remix.
He need to go on and put him on the
Mhm.
remix because I thought that was Plies. I said, "Oh, is this Plies? Let me turn on the Plies song."
Yeah, well, Plies kind of was trending over the weekend because they look alike, you know?
Yeah.
Ply said he'd take his place.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. He made a statement too.
Mm-hmm.
He said that wasn't him. That was me.
I like it. Definition of taking a charge.
Mhm.
Literally. Okay.
Mhm.
That was so funny.
Cover for your Christian brother. You the heathen one.
Okay. Yeah. Because his son was out of line, out of pocket. You don't take your family business on social media, looking for a like and a click. That's all he was doing, if you
He
ask
wanted
me.
some sympathy, and this ain't his first time either. So
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
guarantee you, he said some real wild stuff to that man before he
Mhm.
that recording started.
Yeah, because
Yeah, we missed a lot.
I remember allegedly something like that happened with some people I know, and the person, it was totally out of his character, and he started saying he would whip his A, and his A's and just a bunch of A words, and the person came back to me, so I'm so sorry you heard me do that. I said no problem. I said I understand. People push you to a limit, and I said I know that's not you whatsoever because I never seen you like this before, and the person
Everybody got it in them.
they felt so remorseful about it because they have never done that. But I'm like that son pushed that father to it, and I seen it personally firsthand. I'm like, well, I like it, and it don't offend me.
Well, people will push you to it. You know what I mean? They will. We're in the flesh. We're human.
Mhm.
You can be Christian at the same time and still kick a hole in somebody's ass. I get it. I get it. Some people deserve to have a hole kicked in their ass, to be quite honest with you. Okay, let me go ahead. I got that video now. Let me go ahead
look
and
at
play it.
God.
Many of you know I have an older son named Carrion Franklin. In May, he'll be 33. For many years, we have had a toxic relationship with him as a family. We've tried for many years through counseling, through therapy, to try to rectify this private family matter. Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation, and I lost my temper. And I said words that are not appropriate. And I'm sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. I want you to know as a father that during that conversation, I called the family therapist and got that therapist on the phone to try to help. He never played that part of the recording. I'm not perfect. I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes and I'm trying to get it right. Please keep me and my family in your prayers.
Okay, I'm sorry. I played the apology. Let me go ahead and download I have the original audio, but I went ahead of myself there. Give me 1 minute. I have it here and I'll pull it up on the screen so we can all see it together.
I told Kirk he was cool with me. I let him know he was cool. He ain't do no charge on me. I was okay with it. Cuss his ass out. Sometimes you need to do that.
All I gotta say is we was looking for a revolution for him to stomp, and I needed him to be a hero. And I'm just saying I wanted him to rain down on him. I mean, it was just I just felt like he should have beat him so bad that we got all the silver and gold out of him that he owed his daddy back. I'm just saying.
Was it Melodies from Heaven?
Yes. Take him by the arm and hold him close.
Bishop was gonna make him remember something about the name Jesus.
Yes.
Hallelujah. That was a good cut right there.
Yes, it was.
So along with the video, the initial audio leak, Carry on, and he put this all on Instagram. He also posted this lengthy Instagram post, which I'll put up on the screen. Bishop's going to read it, but let me go ahead and play that audio for y'all.
Off a piece of paper. Okay, if you think I'm reading this paper, let me say it like this. When you start getting disrespected, you need to get your skinny back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I'm old. What's up? I will punch your mouth. Don't you ever disrespect me. I did it. He just hung up the phone. I'll break your neck. Is that a threat?
That was a setup. Let me go ahead and put up the post on the screen, Bishop, and you can read it.
All right, it's from Carry On. He says, I'm finally out of a 14-year deep hole of chaos and confusion. This is the last picture I was allowed to take with my family, 2006. If my freedom, my light sparks your interest, internally think about the areas in your life could you handle things differently. Imagine being taken all across the world from third grade to high school, then never again. If a couple pages out of my reality made you feel some type of way, just remember that your children will grow up and gravitate towards you, or if provoked for too long. We can love you enough to leave you alone. If my dad continues to self-sabotage our progress as a family and ignores me for another 14 years and doesn't accept me, I'll still be fine. I am breaking a generational curse right now. 14 years, not one dinner, not one cozy Sunday night together, not invited over for Christmas or any holiday. I am sick of threatening words constantly behind closed doors. I have earned the space to speak how I please about my childhood. None of you have walked in my shoes. I'm going to stay focused and keep busy with my clients and my creativity. I will grow from these experiences. Please do not crucify my father. I am not here to bash him across the board. I didn't even cuss in the recording. Why do people assume I did something to deserve verbal abuse? I just said what he said back to me. My father has been speaking very mean and manipulative to me for 15 years now. My voice will be heard. I forgive him for the past pain. I am learning every day on my own this thing called life. Seeing positive vibes, it's difficult to focus on my work under these conditions. Yet and still, I'm still to stay focused. Stay focused. My head is up. Hashtag Swank Media. Okay. Jesus.
I know Kirk paid for some good private school. Now I don't know if he was not paying attention or what, but
that's Tisha's cousin. They related.
okay.
They related. There's some DNA connection there going on because he sounds like a 5-year-old that's hurt and need a hug.
I couldn't read that normally because I was trying to at first, and I was like, "Now I feel the spirit of almost in tears." I feel like it was a whiny, spoiled brat because I didn't hear no abuse of anything. You just making all these wild claims. You don't know. You haven't been in my shoes. I'm like, okay, well, what is it you trying to tell us? Did he do something heinous to you? He said he took me around the world for all these years, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he stopped taking me. Well, because maybe you were grown. I'm confused. Like
he probably turned 18 and decided that he was just gonna live his best life. He didn't want to go to school. He didn't want to work. Nothing. You don't want to go to school. You don't want to work. Yeah, no more world tours over here. You gotta do something. If you don't want to be productive, go live your best life. Not on my watch.
Schoolboy, what are your thoughts on the post the leak audio. What are your thoughts?
Are we 13 or are we 33? I'm confused. Are we 13 or 33? You a grown ass man, dog. You up here airing out your family. Now, look, black families, we know we a little dysfunctional. We got some problems, you know. Sometimes we don't get along with our parents, but we don't go on the internet and air people out. I don't understand this mechanism of airing folks out on the internet to promote healing. How is that healing? Can y'all break that? Because I'm lost. How are you healing by airing somebody else out, but you not there to bash your daddy? Sir, you sound like a spoiled ass brat at 33 years old. Your daddy cut you off financially, and now you up online trying to blow this man spot up. You know what, sir? You need to grow up and get you a job, a real job, not where you sitting around in the studio smoking weed all day, not doing nothing productive. Because that's what it sounds like you're doing. It sounds like you're a bum, sir. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like your daddy was taking care of you, just like Brian McKnight's sons was taking care. He was taking care of them till he got tired, and then when they cut you off, y'all want to be online crying and foaming at the mouth, and oh, my parents are just so terrible people. Now, I'm not going to say Kirk Franklin is perfect, because we all know Kirk Franklin got a past, okay? Mm-hmm. Bishop educated me that on the Hero album, he tells you all about his past business. No, he's not perfect. We all sin and fall short of the grace of God every day. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I wouldn't be living right now if I got on the internet and blast my mom for some issue like that. I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't be living. And then after the fact that my dad probably was paying all of my bills, okay? When did he stop paying your bills, sir? Because it sounds like he stopped paying your bills recently and you got a little upset because your little sister urged you out too. That's sad when your whole family urged you out. And Tamala Mann's son urged you out too. I mean, how is everybody urging you out, sir, and you can't see that something's wrong with you? Monica, let's keep them lifted up in prayer.
Amen. All right now.
Amen.
At some point, you gotta, cut the apron strings and become an adult, pay your own bills, go work, support yourself, and cut the bullshit out. I mean, he sounds like a 5-year-old. He really does. What are your thoughts, Plez?
I think he's full of it. The internet is not the place for family drama. This is actually his second time doing this. He did it back in 2018 as well. And yes, Kirk has always been somewhat forthcoming, about his past transgressions, his issues with pornography, how him and his wife have had to work through their marriage. I think Carry On is probably dealing with a lot of stuff, but he needs to deal with it on somebody's couch. He is always going to feel like because he was his first child, and look, this is what happens, unfortunately, when teenagers have children. Kirk wasn't in a place to be the at-home dad, to be with him all the time. I suspect that's why he said from 3rd grade on. But once Kirk got established and was married and was more solid, he went and got his son. So from 3rd grade to at least 18, 19 years old, because you're saying it stopped 14 years ago, he gave you a great life. You're not entitled, unfortunately, to any more than that. Like, it's great if parents bankroll you for the rest of your life. But like I said before, only if you are doing the right thing. If you're not doing anything productive, I'm not going to keep bankrolling you. Then he lied in that statement saying that he didn't curse. Sir, you did. You did. You told him, I effing dare you to your daddy. So, people I've seen back and forth. I have some friends on Facebook that are very adamant about the parent-child relationship, and this is not how you should treat your children. Look, I grew up in a household. My mother is one of 11. So she always talks about how her mother raised them as a single mother, and she had 8 girls and 3 boys, and did not have the best conflict resolution skills, did not have the best parenting skills. So for her, the default was a whooping, a beating. Honestly, my mama would be like, the electrical cords, irons, whatever she could get her hands on, That's what you was getting that day. And she cursed a lot. And my mom was like, when I got older, I asked her, why do you curse so much? And she said that she had been in a lot of abusive relationships with men, and she couldn't fight them back because she was, a woman. She could fight back, but she wasn't going to ever win. She was always being overpowered. So she learned how to fight with her words. And to that extent, she would cuss my aunties and uncles out. And so my mom was the child that took away from that. I'm never doing that to my children. So I can honestly say I wasn't raised in a household where I was cursed at. I probably got maybe 5 whoopings my whole life. She didn't whoop me a lot either. But I also wasn't the child that required that. As we can see now, I like to run my mouth. So that's the biggest thing I would get in trouble for at school. She got straight A's, but on her conduct, she got check marks because we can't get her to shut up. She finishes her work and the other kids can't finish theirs. But I do have other friends and family members where this was a regular thing. I don't agree with it if Carry On was 3 or 13 or 16. But when you're 33 years old, and I'm what is Kirk? 50? I don't know. He had him super young. And you step to me, that's what I'm saying. We only seeing half of it. You step to me on some super wild stuff. Yeah, you might get whatever anybody else on the street will get. Because at this point in time, that's pretty much what you are to me. Because that's what you're talking to me as. I effing dare you. I would never tell my mother that. Now, again, she never would be. But there were times once I got older, especially when I was to college, and I would come home, I would get a little sporty. And again, she's not one with words, but she would, I've been standing in the kitchen and, she show up with a broomstick. And I'm like, what you gonna do with that? But I'm also not gonna fight my mother. So if she hit me, I'm just like, I'm not gonna cry. In my head, I'm like, I know what's gonna make her mad. She just ain't gonna see me cry. So you can hit me all you want to, but I'm not gonna cry. Look, when parents, especially when they lose control of a child, sometimes they don't know what to do. And they default to whatever they know how to do in any other situation. And that's what I think Kirk did. I like that he said they've been going through family therapy and trying to get this handled, but it takes time. Carry On probably is dealing with a lot of abandonment issues and other things that he's created in his head, seeing how his siblings live versus him. So he has to be open to it. But quit doing this, sir. This does not make your daddy look bad. It makes you look bad, especially that you keep doing it. And hashtagging your production company. We see you.
Very telling. Comment in the chat. Do you feel Kirk crossed the line? Do you feel it was abuse? Or you understand that, as a parent, sometimes you lose your cool, especially with an adult child, right? You too grown for this shit. Get your act together and stop it. Okay, sir? Stop it. Hey, Monica, Schoolboy, Ples, Bishop, missed y'all. We missed you too. Thank you for the super chat, the interracial perspective. Thank you. I am Strange Peaches. Hey, girl, how you doing? If you're transparent and you let all your stuff out, nobody can attack you with your own mess. That's what Kirk did. Yeah. He sure did. He sure did. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so Kurt said they're going to therapy. However, Carry On is saying that's not true. According to Carry On, he says he went back on IG and he says his dad discontinued counseling. He also claims that the last family photo he was in was a 2006 Jet magazine cover. And I'll go ahead and pull up that cover for you. And also, I'll pull up the video that Carry On made in response to his dad's apology. See, a Jet magazine. I haven't seen a Jet magazine in years. He said, there he is right there and behind Kurt. So that was the last family photo he claims they've taken together. And there he is. I mean, it's a photo of him. I'm going to go ahead and pull up his response to Kirk's video. Because, of course, he couldn't let that just slide. and leave it at that. It couldn't stop there. He has a motive. He set his father up for some attention, and he sure got it. He's been on every blog, and everyone's talking about Carry On Franklin. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Okay. Today's been a rough day, guys. I'm physically in pain. That's how rough it is. Okay, let me see here. Sorry, Schoolboy.
Said, oh wow, I want you to feel better, but I understand this was a mundane Monday.
It's the fatigue. Yeah, it's fatigue. Physically. Okay, let me see here.
His page is capped. He ain't been consistent with going to counseling. We can verify that. He won't even speak to TD Jakes again. TD Jakes was on that phone call. He didn't tell y'all that part. Get Jakes back on the phone.
So that was that. I don't know if I believe him. To me, he sounds like a liar. I'm not feeling the conviction in his voice. Bishop, what are your thoughts? So what if Daddy discontinued counseling? I mean, if you're not going to make the changes and add the tools to your toolbox from the counseling, what is the point of you continuing to go? It's a waste of money. What are your thoughts, Bishop?
He is raggedy all the way through and through. I mean, you know, it's just he's a spoiled child. It's all cat. Okay, well, if the dad start paying for your therapy, then you get your raggedy tail up and go pay for your own therapy. Get self-healing. Why do your daddy need to help you get therapy? You 33 years old. Me and him is the same age. I'm 33. So I'm like, you as a grown man getting mad because your daddy won't go to therapy with you. I mentioned therapy to my mom. Mom, nah, I'm good. I got Jesus on my side. I'm like, well, don't you still want to get some stuff off your chest? She's like, no. She's like, that's just my opinion. I don't feel like I need to do that. So I left it alone. That was the end of that conversation. We went on to bigger and better things. But I'm like, as a grown person, you can suggest something, but move on. Like it's not his jazz job to keep holding his hand. Like, that's all cat. We can put TD. Why TD Jakes need to be involved? Like, I have some things I don't really care about TD Jakes, but why do you need to be involved with your grown self? I'm not finna do it. I know Monica loves TD. That's why we're like,
don't do it, Bishop.
But let me say this. But let me say this. Fun fact. Let me say this. Fun fact. TD Jakes and Tamala Man and me got the same birthday along with Johnny Depp. So we in great company. Yeah. But my thing is this: why TD Jakes need to be involved with your foolishness? We can put him on the phone. What if he even disconnected with him? I mean, discontinued it with him. What is your business? Kirk Franklin don't owe you nothing. All he owe you is a beat down and a bullet at this point in time. I'm sorry. I would have snatched him by his dreads and dragged him all across town, try to ruin my legacy. I'm just saying. I would have dragged him. I'm telling you. I mean, he would have knew the meaning of you won't do nothing. I bet you would. Oh, you bet I would. I would have took this hat off and flew across that dinner table. I'd have invited him to dinner just to drag that little boy. He need a beating. That's what it looked like.
He gonna leave TD Jakes out of it. I'm done with him. Should have never brought him into this. I'm done. Like, I am. Listen, Schoolboy, what are your thoughts on him? Now complaining about the therapy.
Bishop Jakes.
Not the Bishop Jakes. Come on now. He crossed the line. He went way too far for me. I was like, I'm done.
Now, anytime TD Jakes then got his ass up and walked out of trying to fix the Braxtons, he ain't obligated not to get up and get away from these pieces. Okay, Iyanla couldn't fix that, and he couldn't fix it. He was like, I don't know what we can do here. You know what? I've done what I can. I'm out. I was like, you know what? Go ahead, Bishop. Do what you got to do. When the Lord can't get it through the bishop, you need to just go on and hang that up. Sir, you need to quit getting online crying. You too old for this, sir. I don't know what you want. I guess because your daddy, you got so out of pocket. CNN had your daddy on today. That's a damn shame. CNN had the story. So you got what you wanted, some attention to your raggedy media company, Swank Media. It looked like it stank. You look like you don't take a bath, sir. You look like you do not wash behind your ears. You look funky. I just and wherever you were sitting down with them cell block 4 shower shoes that I look like I seen in that photo in that dirty blanket, you might want to wash your clothes. You look a little. If I was Kirk, I wouldn't even let you in my house because you look like you stink. And it's a daggone shame that your little sister aired you out, says you couldn't even pass college. They paid for you to go to college. You couldn't even get the SATs. They had to pay for you to get in school. So I can see why the grammar and all of that is messed up. Like Ples was saying earlier, you sir, you need to really evaluate where you are in your life. You too old. You look like you one of them people that run around here with a homosexual, run around here with duffel bags, moving in on women, and you ain't got nowhere to go. You need to grow up and quit begging your daddy for some money, because this looks like money. It smells like money. It smells like that's what you want. And daddy won't give you no more money. He done cut you off, and now you in your feelings. I need you to get out of your feelings like Drake and go and get you a regular job with some health benefits. And so you can go lay on somebody's couch and work on you. Because at this point, to me, it ain't about your daddy. This is about you. This has nothing to do with him. I mean, I'm sorry, Kirk, he, as parents, they all don't have the tools sometimes. It doesn't matter. Sometimes their parents didn't give them the tools, and it's our job to break it. You say you want to break a generational curse? Well, go ahead and lay on somebody's couch and get that work through, sir. But not on your daddy's dime. You too old for this. At some point in time, we have to stop blaming our parents and get real with ourselves and figure out why we running from ourselves. Okay? That's my prescription for you, sir. But don't get back online no more, because you look dirty.
Jay Sams, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Kirk doesn't need to explain nothing. These kids really try as parents sometimes. That's because they really take us out of character. No explanation needed. Yeah, when you're a parent. I have a daughter like Ples too, and I never knew a child like this even existed. You really can't do anything to her. You might as well just go ahead and kill her, because she's not going to cry. She's not going to stop what she's doing. She's not. And she actually laughs when I do try to spank. She just laughs at me like I'm a joke. Yeah. I didn't know children like that existed. I really didn't. She's the last one. I stopped after her. I was like, I'm done.
When's her birthday?
She's July.
July what?
What is her birthday? July 11th.
Oh, she's a cat. Oh,
yeah, she's.
Oh, you do.
But and she's like Ples too. Cute as up. When I tell you, this little girl is so pretty.
I'm gonna pray for
and super smart. Okay, she taught herself how to read at 3. And when I say she taught her, not cat, not duck, but she was reading words like beautiful at 3. And how I found out is one day I was reading a text message laying up in the bed, and she was over my shoulder. And I think she wasn't even 3 yet. She was approaching 3. And she started reading the text message. I thought I was going crazy. I looked at her and I laughed, and she laughed. And I said, read it again. And she laughed and ran away. The next day I gave her something to read, and she was reading it like the words people, like big words, right? This little girl, I'm telling you, she is
wait till she get high. Ooh, that's gonna be the one, Monica. That's gonna be the one.
I stopped. I was like, I'm done. All right. Okay.
God bless America.
God bless it. Amen. Keep a lifted, Bishop.
That just means you got a genius on your hand, man. She's super smart. Just keep her stimulated. I was like, but it was a little different because my mom and her boss actually tried to teach me. Like, I started playing Scrabble when I was 2, so I was able to put words together. And my one day we were having our family reunion. It was like the name was up on a billboard, and so me and my mom were riding in the car, and we're riding past the billboard, and I'll just make up a name, but let's just say Washington. So I was like, Washington family reunion. My mom was like, what? Yeah. 3. Like, and so it's not really necessarily reading, but that's why sight words and learning letters and Scrabble like that is important for kids. Like, you set your child up for life when you do that.
You do.
But I wasn't even. I wasn't
when they
doing
get to be
nothing like
school
that.
age, they gonna be ahead of everybody else, and it's gonna drive the teachers
and
crazy.
bored. And she's bored, right? She's bored. She don't want to do the work. She's bored. The other thing is, I wasn't even doing all that class. I wasn't teaching. I'm busy. She has working parents. I'm a firm believer and go play. Go leave me alone. Go upstairs. Go to the playroom. Go find something to do. Go play with the play food. Go entertain yourself. Go entertain yourself. Because I'm a firm believer in that with kids. Leave me alone.
Did she start walking early?
Did she start working? Yeah. As a matter of fact, so she was creeping. She was crawling. Next thing you know, she stood up and was walking. Yeah. But guess what, though? She didn't start talking until she was 2. Yeah. She had a speech delay. She had a maid. She just wouldn't say nothing. She wouldn't say anything. We had her in therapy and all kinds of stuff. And I remember that, the speech therapist used to come to the house, and it was an Indian man. He had said to me, what do you want her to say? I love you. I was like, just say I love you and I'll be good. So this little girl has been interesting from day one. she's been, but once she started speaking, it was like just talking, just wouldn't stop.
Now she don't know how to shut up.
Yes, that's how my mother was. She didn't talk to the point, like you said, my grandma was getting her checked out. And so as she got older, my grandma would be like, I don't know what the hell I wasted my money for. Now you won't shut up, and I want you to shut up. But I started walking at 8 months. And my mom freaked out about that too. So
she
took her to the doctor and was like, "This baby does everything too fast. Take her back."
That's like 8 months. That's a genius right there.
My cousin was walking at 7 months.
What? I've been 7 months.
Yeah,
I don't know. 8-month baby, 7 months. That stuff scares me. What the hell?
They potty training them at 6 and 7 months, and they able to do it. Amen. All I know is I'm scared when children come out with teeth. I'm concerned about the milk they drink.
Oh yeah.
Stop drinking that Walmart.
You're not breastfeeding from not over here. No. No teeth. No.
I used to be like a spelling bee champ, like with just spelling all the time. Like when we used to drive up by JCPenney's, I said JCPenney's, and then everybody turned around like he said that. Like, he just read it, but it's fun to read and spell words and sound them out.
So, Monica, this is going to be the thing. That this is what I used to do. Y'all remember your parents would want to cuss, but they'd be like, around the baby, so we gonna spell. And I knew what they were spelling. I ain't say nothing. But I'd be like, S-A-I-T. Ooh, I know what that is.
That's funny. That's so funny. That's like when you go to the Korean market or something and you could speak that language, or you get your feet done and they talking about you. You just go, okay, I know exactly what you
feel that
said.
energy of them saying something about you.
You can tell when they
you can tell.
Crusty feet. And they talking about
they have earphones now that will translate. I want some of those so bad. It ain't in my budget, but I want.
Oh, I want some of those.
You need to pass that information.
Yes, for real. You need to drop that in the group chat because I need some of those. Even though I haven't been out since last year. I haven't got a pedicure since last year. I do my own. I don't get it done. I just do it at home. Not to get the feet done. I'm scared.
Yeah, I do it at home, but Lord knows when I decide to get brave and go back in there, she really gonna cuss me out. I'm gonna need some headphones.
Whoa.
My little homework don't do the same. I'm sorry. I'm like, this is something that I enjoy contracting out. Let somebody else do this.
But players to kind of get away with it, you got to buy that baby foot on Amazon. It will actually make your feet a lot smoother. It peel all that nasty stuff off.
It's called what? Baby feet?
Baby foot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a baby foot.
Well, I've been doing my little own pumice stone and stuff, but it's just not like I'm like they gonna have to be like Myron Martin. We gotta go to work on Myron.
Oh Lord, child, yeah.
No, you have to say my 91st song. Say the 91st song. I'm going out there. God protect me.
You need the goggles. They gonna mean just the couple guys when you walk and say, "Ma'am, I am so sorry."
And you brothers get your feet done too. You shouldn't be scratching that woman's
sheets.
Her sheets like that. Be like Edward Scissor's feet.
Oh Lord,
it's Kensu.
Schoolboy, to your point, I look at Google Analytics before I go to a place. If you type in the place that you're going to, if it's like a place that a lot of people go to, Google has charts of when it's busy and when it's slow. So that's how I decide now, like when I'm gonna go to Walmart, when I'm gonna go to Walgreens,
that's
when I
pretty
need
smart.
to run
And
over
you
here
use
to the grocery
analytics to
store.
make sure
That's
you,
smart. Yeah, they do have that. That is smart.
And so
That is
Mhm.
smart.
I said, look, in the next month, look, it's gonna be my birthday. I can't go through another birthday without my toes done. Jesus, I'm not used to this life. I used to get toes, a monthly manicure, pedicure, manicure, pedicure monthly, massage bi-monthly. Why do I keep saying that? And massage monthly.
Mm-hmm.
They
I
won't
like
let
it.
me get in the
Oh,
bed. If my feet crusty, she ain't let me get up in that joint. She talking about, when the last time you went?
Fleds, things have gotten so bad. I mean, I think it was last night. I was looking on IG pages of facials and just dreaming, micro needling and all that stuff, and just sitting there like, oh my gosh. I used to go once a month and get a facial. I haven't had a facial in over a year and a half.
What?
I'm really sad. Things have gotten rock bottom, child, over here.
You
Yeah.
can buy your own facial
You
kit.
stressed out? You stressed out, Mom?
Well, I mean, no facial. I don't do the massages anymore, but I did buy. There's this thing. It's like a hammer. You ever seen it? And it's electric. It's strong. And it really. So I bought that because I don't go get massages anymore after my incident 10 years ago.
You told us.
Yeah.
You told us. I think you should try a woman, though.
try
I
it.
always get women for those types of things. Even my feminine doctor is a woman.
Yeah.
I just, I don't want a
Then don't
man
go to,
touching
like,
on me unless it's the man I want touching on me.
But let me tell you something.
Massage envies. Like, go to actually like.
I went. That's where I went. I went to a massage. I went to a name brand chain place. It was like a name brand chain place, and that's where it happened at. But years ago, I worked at a hedge fund company, right? And they had a lot of money. We had a private chef. They would bring in a masseuse. Like on Fridays, you had to pay for the masseuse, but lunch was free, and it was a gourmet chef. And they would have lobster, all kinds of shit. It was a fake hedge fund. Hedge fund's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And this white woman, I'm gonna tell you something. She was so tiny. She was very, very small. And I paid for the session. When I walked in, I was like, oh, she didn't look strong. I was like, this ain't gonna be good. It was one of the best massages I've ever had. So you're right, Ples. You can't judge a book by its cover. She was doing all kinds of things. I even think she was rubbing her face on my feet. Taking her face to my feet. It was magical. Okay. I didn't have stress for a whole month after that woman put her hands on me. Let me tell you something. I wish I could find her today.
She released some chakras in you.
Yeah.
It flowed nicely the rest of the time.
And there's like this thing that I use.
Yeah.
Like there's this bag thing you can put on your feet and it peels like all of that off. That's what I was using for a minute. Well, I couldn't. 45 minutes, all of that smooth like a baby's bottom for a while. And I was like, shit, I gotta break down. I gotta go down there. They gotta do my feet. I just go early.
Yeah, you go as soon as it opens.
Yeah, especially on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Once you start getting Thursday and Friday, people be getting fresh for the weekend. But if you catch them early, I'm telling you. Matter of fact, April 9th is my second vaccine dose. I'm going. Like, I'm sorry.
Second dose.
I'm going. Yeah,
you got to take 2 doses with the Johnson & Johnson one.
Johnson & Johnson is the only one that's one shot. I did Moderna. My first dose was last Friday. And I'm still here, y'all.
Hey, praise God. Praise God. Praise
Look at
God.
God.
She made it on another day's journey. God done kept her here.
Praise God. Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. Super chats, Princess, my love. Thank you so much. He does look like he wear gas station underwear packs. And only changes them twice a week. Oh, that is disgusting.
And them drawers is thin from the gas station. Don't ask me how I know.
How you know? That's all.
I'm like, ma'am, if you was on the go, I know that same town had a Walgreens or something in there. You could have got you some Hanes.
Yeah, I probably could have got some Hanes, but you be going through them late nights and you forget to bring your whole bag. You gotta stop and get some drawers, or you forget one piece out the bag. You like, dang, I get some drawers. I just run in there and get some drawers.
Y'all some nasty
demons. I was out here in my head demons.
So Katrina said, try the float therapy. I've seen it. So they put you in this egg. It's like an egg. It's almost shaped like an egg, and it has water in it. And they do like special lights. I think they even put something over your eyes, and you like float there and like kind of. You're not supposed to fall asleep, but you almost do fall asleep. But it's small, like this. It's just holds your body basically, and it covers on top. Yeah, I've seen it. I heard people who do a lot of yoga do that. Mm-hmm.
That's not exciting.
I know. We need to try different things. When this pandemic's over, we got to get out and try all kinds of stuff.
That's interesting. Do they bleach the egg in between customers?
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Change the
That's why I never
out?
did it, Plez. I was just like, it looked good though. I knew this guy's friend of mine. He's a personal trainer and he does yoga and all that stuff. He's in immaculate shape and he does that. I said, I look at his IG stories. I said, he a weirdo. He into that kind of shit. Yeah. I'm just playing. If you're listening, I'm totally playing. You know, I don't feel that way about you. You are.
But you know, people that do yoga, I did a Pilates class, and let me tell you, Pilates will have you in positions you didn't think you could do.
Yeah, that's not. It's hard. Pilates,
but it's a good workout though. And I was in a beginner class. I was like, oh no, I can't come back to this.
It's definitely hard. Definitely.
It is.
Like they'll let you think it's just calming and baby, you be in there like a pretzel. I can't do this, ma'am.
Help! SOS!
Well,
Come get me.
If you're doing it right, you should be in a pretzel.
It's self-cleaning. Okay, Katrina, thank you. Once this pandemic's over, I'm trying a lot of things. I can't.
YOLO.
Yeah, for real. I'm going crazy, right? Yeah, for real. Jay Sams. I don't mean like that, Bishop, but you know, once I start getting my facials again, my overall body waxings and everything, I just can't wait. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I'm scared of that.
I can hear it in your vocal cords.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. Okay, so Jay Sams, thank you so much for the super chat. Kirk, okay, we already did that one. Let me move on. Joe Lynn, thank you so much for the super chat. Creflo Dollar threw his daughter too against the wall and choked her for being very disrespectful towards him and his wife. However, he did go to jail. Well, that's good. He deserves to be in jail for that. That's good. He's a crook anyway. So
God. Lord Jesus.
Now, Monica, there's some people that feel very, very close to Creflo. Like they feel along with like how you feel about TD Jakes.
Really? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, you believe it or not.
I'm with you, Monica. I don't know what it is in my energy and my spirit, but Creflo just ain't the one for me. I don't feel that same visceral reaction against TD Jakes. Call me hoodwinked. I don't know, but Creflo, if I'm watching TBN and Creflo come on, as soon as I hear his voice, next, let me go watch something else. I can't even watch this no more.
Don't even say Creflo name around my grandma. She going off.
All he ever talk about is money. Cash flow, Creflo. That's why they call him that. That's all he talk. You go to his church.
Made up name.
And he's like demanding money from his parishioners to buy a Lamborghini. He has to have a private jet. He has to have this. It's just too much.
Whoever go to this church is some idiots. That's what I said. A group of dummies.
Well, look, there's everybody. There's somebody for everybody. Let me tell you. So
tell him he needs to get the flight information from Kenya.
Right.
That's about all the private jet he gonna get. No, sir, not today. Not on my coin.
Yeah, this afternoon I was doing it on my phone, and then I switched to my laptop. It was a mess, child. So literally, I had to move this live to 8:30 because I ran to Best Buy to get a brand new microphone. And they were closed. Best Buy was like, sorry, we're closed, man. We just closed. So I ran over to Target and got one, and it seems to be working fine. So that could be it.
Target,
come through, Target. Yes,
praise God.
Not Horace. Y'all some rude people.
Yeah, Horace, not horse, but Horace, like a horsey. Like a horsey. Okay, so I am Strange Peaches. I like that name. People think TD Jakes is the gospel oracle. Girl, bye. But thank you for the super chat. Girl. Say what now?
Don't talk about Monica Pastor like that.
What? You said who, girl?
I think people get like confused with liking somebody with being obsessed with them. Like, nah, I just like his sermons sometimes. I don't think he's above anything, and I don't think he's next to God. I'm just saying, compared to Creflo,
There's a lot of people that love John Gray as well.
There surely are. There surely are.
And they love his. They love his sermons
too.
Yeah,
he pays them well to love him.
No. I'm the people that don't see him personally.
He pays them well, flies them out, and everything.
And all you gotta do is cook for him. You ain't even gotta
He feeds them well too. He cooks
exactly.
All you gotta do is feed them. Give him some.
Oh, you need a country ham or a brisket. He
said a country ham.
A country ham or this brisket. Even if he loves them.
He looked like a ham, though. Real time.
I'm going ahead and add Princess to the chat. Hey, Princess. We still have to cover Sharon Osbourne, y'all. We need to get into Sharon and the stuff that she did on the talk.
Quick question, has anybody found Don Juan's boo?
Don Juan?
He got a boo?
I heard Don Juan.
He's at Creflo's church.
Oh, okay.
You know, they said Creflo's into them activities
Don Juan
too.
got a woman?
That's what he said.
Allegedly.
I thought he played for the other team.
Other than his mom.
That's why he's at Creflo Dollar's church.
That face plays. You look confused.
Like a woman? Like a romantic entanglement? Or like his mama?
Like every man wants a woman like
Every man wants a woman. Oh, a TS type of woman?
I don't know, child. Who knows?
I'm asking. Biological.
Oh no, he's not. He's lying.
Okay, he might be. You never know. Okay.
Well, yeah, it
Look
is
at
Atlanta.
Cordell. Look at Cordell Stewart.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, Atlanta's
Andrew Caldwell.
I really believe Atlanta's the capital for bisexuals.
Yeah, y'all go down and move all y'all want.
Because
scared.
It's for men and women. Every time I'm looking up, they say, "Hey, go ahead and try this, try that." Okay. Okay.
You don't want to try nothing, Bishop?
No, I'm good.
No.
I don't want to try nothing out of Atlanta. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Atlanteans. I'm not being mean, but a lot of y'all got a high rate of STDs. No, thank you.
Oh,
I heard on the men when they go to restaurants with their families, they hook up in the bathroom. The men down there, like at restaurants and stuff. That's what I heard. Yeah, in ATL.
I'm not surprised.
So I can't even.
I heard that's in Philly too.
Oh wow!
You wouldn't realize that your husband been gone for about 10-20 minutes.
He was doing the number two.
Yeah, not with the woman. You just go. I'm about to go to lunch with my bros real quick.
Yeah.
I thought she meant while they were sitting there.
No,
with their families.
I've heard with their families. They go to the men's room. They do little quickies and exchange phone numbers and all that kind of stuff. That's what I heard Atlanta's like. Mirage Bond, thank you so much for the super chat. What's the name of the preacher on BET at like 3 a.m. used to say Ed Gouda? I don't need child.
Good. I think she's talking about Kearney Thomas.
Who?
Kearney Thomas, the one that used to scream.
I don't. Whenever that stuff comes on, is he a white man that screams a lot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Peter Popoff.
That's Peter Popoff with the trying to sell you the prayer cloth and the oil and the
holy
water.
Yeah, the water.
And then as soon as people touch it, they take off running. I'm like, or they pass out.
If you fall asleep and have the TV on BET and you get up, you'd be scared. Like, what the?
But the messed up part is he's convict you because you watch uncut videos, and right after that, they're like,
"He sure does."
I'm like,
and really, like back in the day, they used to have the gospel mix CD commercial.
Yeah.
Who in the hell left the gate open?
Stop.
Oh, I love it. I miss the days.
I'm coming up
on the road.
Come on in the room.
On the road.
He is my doctor.
You know what was the best thing about that? I used to work at the clubs about 10 years ago. So I would come home at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and that would be on the television. And then I would look out the window just to see in my complex who was doing the walk of shame. And so you would hear, I'd be sitting up there watching people with their shoes and stuff, going to their car while the church music was on.
Manifest our destiny. Thank you so much for the super chat. Did schoolboy just call him a hobosexual?
Yes. That's a real term.
That's a real term, y'all.
It's called couch surfing. You know, like Beyonce be surfing. They be couch surfing.
Monica, have you gotten? No, ma'am, I have not. I don't plan to. I don't plan to get it. I just hope everybody else gets it and they're good and it's, you know, and then I could travel again. But no, I haven't gotten.
She like, I'm just gonna ride y'all little herd immunity. I'm just gonna surf on in there.
I'm with you. Proud to the people.
Listen, no shame in my game, child. Y'all all go get it and we all safe, right? Okay. Because I've been staying home. I've been quarantined. I've been a good girl. Okay. Nicole Ryan, thank you so much for the super chat. Nobody cares about Creflo. Steal your last dollar, child. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
He's horrible. I live near Creflo's church and remember someone being murdered there. What? At the church?
Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
It was something about some shooting.
What?
If I'm not mistaken.
Have to do it like that to myself. Some shooting. No.
It was. I don't know. You know, there's so much mess being kept up.
Yeah. Maisha, I'm sorry, boo. Don't eat and listen. Warning: do not eat and listen to us at the same time. Yeah, it's let's talk about Sharon. Let's address it. You know, I'm not going to go too deep into it. Basically, Sharon Osbourne, y'all all know her. She's the wife of Ozzy Osbourne, the red hair. She's a co-host on The Talk. She's friends with Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is the racist British man that was fired from Good Day Britain for making very nasty comments about Meghan Markle. He made comments about her mental health and all kinds of disparaging things just because she ghosted him and didn't want to be with him. So ever since then, y'all know that story? You want me to get into it?
I remember.
Okay, so basically Piers Morgan, I guess was casually dating Meghan Markle or whatever. They were at some sort of restaurant and he put her in a cab. The next day she met Harry and didn't show up to her date with him. And it was a wrap. She married the prince. She became a princess and you know the rest of the story. So ever since that happened on British TV, he would trash her. She became trash. Now, Piers Morgan and Sharon Osbourne are very close friends. You know, Brits, they stick together. You know, Jolly-O and Cheers and all that good stuff, right? So they're good, really tight. And according to Sharon Osbourne, right, her friend got fired. She went on social media. She made some comments. She claims producers at The Talk had a meeting about that and her social media comments and didn't include her in that meeting, and she should have been included. She says 10 minutes before she went live, they said, oh, by the way, we're going to discuss this. Piers Morgan, your tweet defending him, etc. She said she felt blindsided by her co-host. What's her co-host's name? Y'all help me out here.
Cheryl Underwood.
Yes. Let me tell y'all something right here. I've seen Cheryl Underwood. I've met her. I've seen her live a couple of times. She is absolutely gorgeous. And I used to get mad because TV never did her justice. I would see her and be like, she don't look like that in person. She's a beautiful woman. She's extremely smart. I just love that Black lady. She's funny, very witty too. So anyway, they had a sit down on TV. It was Cheryl Underwood and Sharon. And Sharon went off and she's like, don't you do that to me. You need to explain to me exactly what Piers said. And she was just so nasty. Don't call it racism. How dare you? And Cheryl tried to calmly explain to her because, you know, the moment Cheryl Underwood had lost her cool and went off on that woman, and rightfully so, she would have been labeled an angry Black woman. So she calmly explained to her exactly how Piers Morgan's microaggression, you know, is a subtle way of racism, and they get into it. So that's the synopsis of it, right? Do y'all want me to play the video, or is that good enough?
I mean, I ain't got to hear her nasty voice, but you can go ahead and play it if you need to.
I've seen it, but I don't know if the teacups have seen it.
Yeah,
so.
we entertain the demon.
Yeah, you go ahead and let them hear her.
Did you say we will entertain the demon? Oh my goodness. Okay, I will pull it up and we can share it together. In the meantime, while I do that, Bishop, you saw the video already. What are your thoughts on the whole situation, Sharon's reaction? And as a result, CBS now has suspended the show because they're conducting an internal investigation.
Well, my thoughts was I heard a British wanker going off on a black person because she want explanation. And I seen a black person, tap dancing. I was just play crazy. I'm like, I had to explain nothing to you. Your friend's a prick, you a prick. I guess y'all running the prick circle. So, I mean, that's what it is. You sitting there yelling at me about, being living the experience of racism. You ain't gonna play me like I'm an idiot. And she was talking to her like she was stupid. That's one thing you can't do with me. Like now you saying we friends, then we're friends, but you gonna talk to me crazy on camera like I'm some, yeah. But anyways, I just didn't appreciate that. I felt like Cheryl could have done more, but to each his own. She did what she did. But I'm sorry. You say you're a friend of mine. And you trying to rationalize and let her know, like, oh, I don't think you are, but there's certain things and this. It was too much tap dancing. I'm like, is Gregory Hines present or something? Because I'm seeing a bunch of click clack, and I'm like, I'm not here for it. So I honestly didn't like the exchange. I would have said we talk off camera. That's what I would have told her. Point blank, period. Where she was talking, we'll talk later. And she would have knew what I meant.
Absolutely. It's a fine line, Bishop. You and I talked about this before we went live. And it's a tap dance. It's a tap dance sometimes you have to do as a Black person in America. Okay. Plez, what were your thoughts on the assessment of the whole situation?
I thought she was going, I was like, maybe they started a new competition that I didn't know about, like King Karen Awards or something. As soon as she started talking, I was like, how are you this defensive? Like in the octave levels that your voice is in already. Like at the beginning of the conversation, her voice was at 1,000. I'm like, what? We can't even really understand what you're saying because you're so emotional. And it's so funny that this always happens where, historically, these people are the victimizers. And now, because someone has a difference of opinion and is vocal about showing you the error in your ways and calling you on your BS for what it is, now all of a sudden you're the victim. So is every white person who doesn't like a Black person racist? What if he just doesn't like her? Well, it's not that he just didn't like her. And if you just don't like someone, you don't go on a campaign to make their life a living hell for the last 3 to 4 years. It's not that he just did not like Meghan. People could have accepted that, but it was his extreme dislike using his platform and a lot of the microaggressions that he said. And people, as we say, birds of a feather flock together. There's a way that you can support your friends. There's a way that you can say, hey, I'm here for you. If anything that's going on, let me know how I can help you. I don't, to me, it reeks of audacity, and at best, she's seriously tone deaf. Because in the environment that we're in right now, I don't know why she thought tweeting her support was going to be looked upon favorably. I need Kelly and what's the son's name to come get their mama and teach them Jack. What's going,
Jack.
Yeah, Jack, to come get their mama and teach them what's going on. Although Kelly is borderline as well. And to some extent, I will say it is just part of them.
Yeah, culture.
They really don't know that the stuff that they're saying is high key racist, because to them, most British people are so blunt. If I'm not calling you a monkey or a baboon or an N-word to your face, I'm not racist. And that's not true. So when we get to why the show is on hiatus, I personally saw where Holly Robinson Pete addressed why she was let go from the show, and it was coincidentally after Sharon called her ghetto and told her she was too ghetto to be on the show. That's racism. The only black girl on the cast, and as black people, we know Holly Robinson Pete is ghetto. Girl, well, she wouldn't have made it with Miss Tamar up there on that stage.
She's the furthest thing from ghetto.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna call her the word that people like to call people sometimes, because I don't think she's that.
No, she's not. She's
compared to some other folk in the social, in the entertainment and talk show world, Holly Robinson Pete is the furthest thing from ghetto that you could ever get. And so, why are you calling her ghetto? Because you associate the ghetto and being ghetto with black women, because that's the only way you can arrive at that conclusion to call her that. I think, people keep exposing themselves and telling on themselves. And so now CBS don't want to get caught in the backlash. We are living in the post-45 era. And so they are going to dot their I's and cross their T's. Now, I don't think it should necessarily be on hiatus. Why is Sharon so important? Get somebody else. Them other people can still be working, or don't even get anybody to fill in for her. It's an ensemble cast. We don't need her this week. Suspend her and keep it moving.
Right. Well, they're trying to play it safe too. I think legally, because Sharon is doubling down on it. She made this like pseudo apology, but she came out and she spoke to Variety with very specific statements, and she's doubling down. I think it's a cultural thing. Like I said, in Britain, they are very nasty towards Black people, but it's a cultural thing. They think they can tote the line. And like you said, if they're not literally saying monkey is spitting in your face, which they do that too, that it's not racism, but it totally is. I have the videos. I can play it. Princess, what are your thoughts on that?
First, with Piers, he's a quintessential BAN, just a light-skinned version. It says something about a man that can get angry with a woman and victimize a woman just because he couldn't get no coochie. I think she was out of his league anyway and too old for her, so she probably wasn't checking for him. She probably went out to dinner with him just to get the free meal or to twiddle her thumbs, or thought something else was going on to talk business. You know how they do, just to get him off her nerves. We don't know the whole story behind that, but it says something to be butthurt for years and to be so vindictive that he would set out to ruin her life, and she's married to the prince. So he probably thought he was untouchable forever. It was just wrong on all fronts, but that's a whole different conversation. Now, this Sharon, I have different degrees of white people that I associate with, and Sharon is one of those people that I try to stay away from. She's the person that will say, I've got Black friends, that type, which Black friends, you're not around Black people. You do not know Black culture. You don't know anything about Black people. You just think you're racist because that's what's in your mind. And, because you're not used to being around Black people. And I found it interesting that she would say Holly Robinson Pete was ghetto. But I always looked at that show. I mean, the show was born any damn way. I don't care if it's on or not. But when they brought Cheryl Underwood to the show to say that Holly Robinson Pete is ghetto, then what is Cheryl Underwood? because I remember from her being such a effing lady. Okay, they have really whitewashed the whole show, and she's assimilated to fit in with that whole cast. So, they may have been playing to her, their friendship. She may have been playing to her needs, to Sharon's needs, just as a person, and not really being friends. They're not friends, because she wouldn't have had the audacity to be hollering at me, because behind closed doors, I probably would have hollered at her and slapped at her way before it had escalated that far. Because, it would have, she handled herself well, because it really would have been like, B, who the F you talking to? You got this effed up, as soon as we got off camera. Like, I know you didn't, type of situation. So she did a good job. She handled herself well, but she racist. She just didn't realize it, but she racist, and she gonna forever be racist.
I agree with that. And Sharon also issued a statement in regards to Holly, Pete Robinson. So we can get into all of that. Let me go ahead. Schoolboy, do you want to comment before I play the video?
Sharon, your hood is showing. You go ahead and play
it. Whoa.
Okay. So let me play the video. Give me 1 second here. Did I download the wrong video? Give me 1 second. What's this video here? Give me 1 second.
Hit that like button while we waiting.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Definitely go ahead and hit that like button for real.
And hit that subscribe button if you ain't subscribed to this channel. And hit that notification bell so you can know when the next videos pop up.
Yep. Here we go. It's taking a little while because this whole new setup I got now. You guys can't hear the video.
Come on, Bishop, with the church announcements, getting all the business out of the way. For the teacups and the saints, honey.
While we're waiting for the guest speaker, we want to go ahead and take up this offering right now. Y'all go ahead and hit that super chat button and hit that cash app. Pass that collection plate around. We are here for the building fund of All About the Tea.
Listen, okay.
The building fund.
Let me play 2 videos. I'm gonna play 2 because I done messed up the other one. So the first one, Ples mentioned that the daughter. What's the daughter's name again? Sharon's daughter.
Kelly.
Kelly, right. Mm-hmm. You mentioned that Kelly and Jake need to get her together, but Kelly is just like the mama. I'm gonna go ahead.
Well, that's what I said. Kelly ain't them.
Yeah. Apple don't fall from the tree. I'm gonna go ahead and play this appearance that Kelly did on The View where she's talking about Mexican workers. I'm gonna play that, and then I'll get the other one.
Kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying
there's more jobs to be
in LA, they always
but
they
Latinos are not only the only people.
I didn't mean it like that. Come on. No, I would never mean it like that.
Okay.
Like, I'm not part of this argument with.
I think what you're saying is that Trump himself
needs to look
probably relies on a lot of these people that he's insulting. I think.
What the hell? Did she really say that?
She did. Right in front of a lab.
Oh, yeah. Let me play it one more time for y'all because my ears need to re-register what I just heard.
Kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying
there's more jobs to be.
In LA, they always
but they Latinos are not only the only people.
I didn't mean it like that. Come on. No, I would never mean it like that.
Okay.
Like, I'm not part of this argument with.
I think what you're saying is that Trump himself
needs to look
probably relies on a lot of these people that he's insulting. I think.
Let's comment on that. And she said it's in front of Rosie Perez.
Got a good Birkenstock on.
Do you have a video of Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk?
In front of Rosie Perez, a Puerto Rican American woman. The audacity. That's what I mean. Like,
The lady in the middle tried to clean it up for her.
She tried.
If you can't make those types of statements, which I don't even know how you make that appropriately, but I mean, I understood what she was trying to say. The way she said it, though, was a no. Is a complete no. As the lady said, he likely has household nannies, maids, somebody else that are of Latin descent. But to act like they're the only people who know. No.
Who says stuff like that?
She said largely in the cleaning industry, there's mostly Latin workers. And for him to do this,
or just working class, period.
Working class, period. But she was, I was like, and the way she said it, she sounded like she made a awesome statement, and she said, "What?"
They're like looking at her like, no.
In order to say something like that, you got to butter it up real good. You know, like you know, all of the wonderful service industry of America. Who would we, you know, I don't know, but no, just don't. Y'all, everything that come up don't gotta come out.
What she meant was, who's gonna clean my toilet in my house?
Pretty much.
I mean, he just done made it real comfortable. I mean, they didn't turn it into hoods for just regular clothing. They didn't change the whole narrative. Everybody just come out and just say what you want to say. My thing is, if you racist, just own it. I don't need you to try to clean it up, because when you clean it up, you make it sound worse. So just go on and just go on and stand in it, because the way you keep trying to divert and clean it up, it makes it worse. It just.
But did you see how she tried to dismiss her when she said, "I'm not finna have an argument with them over there"?
Yeah,
I'm like,
she knows she got some Latino workers.
I'm like, baby, you better wait till commercial break, because I'm about to pull that ponytail. I'm about to pull the rest of that hair out your head.
It was offensive, and her co-host had a right to be offended, but she was just like her mama trying to stop her. No, you know, I didn't mean it like that. Like, no, ma'am, I can only address how it came out of your mouth, and this is what you said.
Exactly.
That's what they do. That's what they do to try to divert you. Oh no, I mean, like, no, you meant exactly what you said. Don't try to, no, bruh, no, don't. That's what you meant.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let me go ahead and play the video of Sharon Osbourne getting in her feelings, you know, let me just play the video for y'all.
I want you to hear from me.
I will ask you again, Cheryl. Yes. I've been asking you during the break. Right. I'm asking you again. And don't try and cry, because if anyone should be crying, it should be me. This is the situation. Yes. You tell me where you have heard him say, educate me. Tell me when you have heard him say racist things. Educate me. Tell me.
It is not the exact words of racism. It's the implication and the reaction to it. To not want to address that because she is a black woman, and to try to dismiss it or to make it seem less than what it is. That's what makes it racist. But right now, I'm talking to a woman who I believe is my friend, and I don't want anybody here to watch this and say that we're attacking you for being racist. And for that, if I articulated,
I think it's too late. I think that seed's already sown.
But that is why I'm saying, for me,
and playing victim with the tears, because she's hurt. Her feelings are hurt. The audacity, you know. Miss Alexander J, thank you so much for the super chat. Our country is rich with culture. That's how she should have started that sentence. Yeah. Or Latin Americans are the cornerstone of, you know, our working class in this country. You know, something of that nature. But listen, trash only does as well as they know how to do. Okay. Nina Lecce, thank you so much for the super sticker. Didn't Creflo Dollar have an affair with a gay man? Probably.
That's what the story is out there.
I've heard that.
Allegedly.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Daddy had it in there for 4 hours. Allegedly.
Really? He must be hooked up with T.I. and Tiny's people.
Yeah, he said something like that, and then he wore the booty hole out.
Yeah, he wore,
Lord.
He wore the pastor.
My booty hurt.
The pastor took it for 4 hours. Allegedly.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow.
That's on
Okay.
that side.
Elsa Thomas, thank you so much for the super chat. Sending the thank you guys, so much for keeping me entertained during a time that I have no access to any TV or internet besides my phone. I've been there, girl. I've been there. You know what? God bless you. Yep. Oh, and I'm glad we can do that. That's why I didn't want to cancel tonight, because a lot of people look forward to our nightly shows. Whether you're quarantining like I do still, or you just enjoy the show. It's entertainment. You no longer watch TV. This is your nightly entertainment. So it's hard for me. I'll jump through hoops to get microphone, the laptop, whatever I need to get on here. But at the same time, my body hurt. Now I need some Bengay. Okay. I like icy hot. I prefer icy hot. My body hurt. Yeah. Okay. Kay Blake, thank you so much for the super chat. 2021 is the year of revelation. It's only just begun. Oh, don't say that, girl. It scares me.
That does.
That does scare. It only just began. Dang. JC, thank you so much for the super chat. Sharon and her unbathed family. Ozzy is a hot mess. It looks like he just shits on himself and just sits there in it. Unbathed family on that reality show they were on back in the day. I remember it. Very ratchet and ghetto. Every other word out their mouth was a cuss word. I remember that. Did y'all remember that show?
I remember that ugly show.
I used to like the Osbournes. I used to like them. Ozzy was the original mumble rapper.
Oh yeah.
Ozzy looked like he had like heroin sores and stuff to me, just sitting there, just stuff oozing out his body. He just looked
Yeah, it looked like he had a few STDs.
Yeah.
That's why he shake like that, because all that drug use and drinking all
Is he
those
still
other years.
Is he still alive? Is he still alive?
Yeah,
ask that question.
Last.
Yeah.
He's still alive? Okay.
I'm always surprised that he's still kicking, because I thought he was 80 back then. And that was what, 2000?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I swear, I'm at the point now. I see crackheads reemerge out of the pits of hell, and their skin still look good. I'm convinced whatever they put in that stuff, it preserves them. It really does. I'm convinced at this point. Right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
They zombie like.
How does your skin look like that? You've been drinking, smoking for years. Like, damn. Anyway, Kaza Love, thank you so much for the super chat. Cheryl tried to save Sharon. Yeah, she did, from embarrassing herself. But Sharon dug that hole. Remember, Ozzy almost killed her when he was on drugs. Sad. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
She used to be a groupie following after him, and then she looked up, and got with him. And
I'm saying a demon is what a demon does.
Yeah.
Wasn't she like 16 on tour with him?
Yeah, and he passed her some STD. They burning lump and bump over there too.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh, so sad.
Well, a demon is what a demon does.
He was eating
good point,
bats and stuff, wasn't he?
Good point. Good point. I want to see his skin. Then my point will be proven. Okay. Sip and Talk. Thank you so much for the super chat. I like your name, Sip and Talk. Love tuning in. Thank you. We love you too. And to all the people in the chat that said feel better, Monica, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. Tori says Kelly Osbourne made a statement saying, if you kick every Latina out this country, then who is going to clean your toilet? Donald Trump. Yeah, we just played that video. Selena T, a non-Black person cannot tell any Black person what racism is. And it's not up to the Black people to educate them on this either. What are your thoughts on that? Is it up to us to educate other races on what racism is to us in America?
I would say no. And the reason why I'm going to say that, when you're doing something disrespectful to a human. I'm sorry. Any human rights, how you treat a white person, you should be treating the next person the same way. Don't give special treatments to one over another. Now, I understand you might have family members, you might practice familyism. That's one thing, but it's another thing to straight dog somebody because you know that feeling you dog at somebody because they black. No, people need to stop playing this dumb game like they don't understand it. They understand why we're PC in America now. It's because all them derogatory statements that they made all them years of oppressing black people. So people need to cut it out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Folks can play crazy all day and night, but it is what it is.
Absolutely. Plaz, what are your thoughts? Is it our job to educate non-Black people about race in America?
So here's the thing. It's not our job. That's where I take offense to it. It's not an obligation. It's not an entitlement. Is it our duty? That depends on the individual. And it depends on who's asking you. So if Sharon had approached Cheryl humbly with sincerity, because I do think there's a part of her that truly does not understand, because it's not just racial with her, it's cultural. Because we are the minority and we feel they're called microaggressions for a reason. Some people don't really realize the things that they're saying. If you grow up in middle of America where you literally never see a black person, you don't know. All you know is what you see on TV. And we all know mostly what's shown on TV are highly offensive stereotypes of black people. We don't go around really snapping our fingers and waving our neck and cussing everybody. Like most people don't really do that on a day by day basis. Like we're just like regular, we're like everybody else in this world. You get up, go to work, raise your kids, cook dinner, whatever, rinse, wash, repeat, do it the next day. However, where we are in this country, there are so many books, so many Google articles, so many anything to where if you're truly interested in learning and growing and becoming an ally, whatever you want to call yourself, there are things out there that you can educate yourself. However, I will always say that communication rules the nation. I feel like we break down walls and barriers when we are open to having certain conversations and discussions, but that means getting to know someone one-on-one. Like I said, Sharon should have had this conversation with Cheryl one-on-one as soon as the stuff with Piers popped off, honestly, before she even showed her support. Hey, Sharon, Cheryl, Piers is getting a lot of flack. I'm not really understanding it. Can you help me understand it? If one of my colleagues approached me in that way, I would not be offended by it. I'm not offended by a lot of stuff that some people are. Like if you ask. Now, like when my hair is out and I don't have these braids, my hair is natural, it's huge. Some white women have come up to me before and asked me questions. I'll answer those. But if you come just touching my hair, I got a problem. Like, don't touch me. I'm not your dog. I'm not your pet. But if you genuinely ask, because I was like that. Like where I grew up in Mississippi, it was black or white. So when I got to New Orleans and I saw other cultures, it was stuff that was confusing to me or that I didn't know. Even now as a professional, my last job, we were very LGBTQIA plus inclusive. And so they started this whole process of like referring to people in their preferred pronouns. And I'm not gonna lie, it was hard for me. If I'm looking at a man, but they want to be called a she. I just like, and not that they're dressed as a she, they just prefer to be called a she. I had to go to some of my LGBTQIA plus coworkers and be like, hey, can you break this down? Or if I'm saying something and making a joke and it's like offensive, let me know. Because the stuff that I joke about, sometimes I know some people can take offense to it, but I want to grow and learn. I'm also not the person that's gonna be like, I don't care, you as a man, you was born a man, I'm gonna call you a man. Like, I'm not that. I'm gonna respect you. Yeah. But I also, it takes, there's a learning curve there. So that's how I feel about it. Sorry.
That's fine. I mean, that's good. You shared a lot of important points. I think the main component for me is sincerity. If you sincerely want to understand what racism feels and looks like to me as an African American woman, I will take the time to explain it. But if you just full of shit and you have a racist and dark heart, I'm not going to entertain your bullshit. I'm just not. I'm too busy, you know? I don't have time for it. Leticia McGee, yep. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. I remember when you was in the car and we really appreciated that. I love this. You all get me through hard times sometimes, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all. We love you too. Thank you so much. Yes, I will jump through hoops for the teacups and this panel too. Let me tell you something. I don't play behind these people. Okay, I don't. Schoolboy, schoolboy. Why you made that face, schoolboy? Why?
I got scared. I went to the
No,
principal's
I don't.
office.
No, child, I don't play behind y'all. And the teacups too. Yeah. Love when Monica cusses. I gotta watch that.
I know you slip it in there so good and delicate.
It's not good.
Words.
I pray to work on it.
It's like hearing your grandma cuss or your teacher cuss and you didn't know they cussing.
He was like, "Oh, snap, they cuss."
And I don't do it often. The one that makes me cuss a lot is the little one, right? And she just laugh at me. She be like, "Look at this joke." That's how she act. Like, okay, here we go.
She the real MVP.
Oh Lord.
I feel your pain, Monica.
Schoolboy, what are your thoughts? Is it our job to educate non-Black people about racism?
I mean, I done said before, I don't educate. I don't. And the reason why I don't educate is because in school, they used to teach us all about everybody else's struggles in the country, but then they would gloss over ours. So I'm not finna get up here and tell you about what you already know when you do it and you complicitly do it. And a lot of people are complicit. It's time for other white Americans to hold their other white counterparts accountable when they see them doing that. Why is it that we have to tell you when you're doing or saying something racist? You know when you're saying it, because I can smell the bullshit when you walk by. You ain't even gonna be sincere about it. You gonna tell me, oh, you're sorry, but the energy don't tell me that you're not sorry. My thing is, I would rather you be direct and just say you don't like Black people. That way I know how to handle you accordingly. And I don't have to sit here and try to educate you. And I don't have to sit here and try to tell you what you already know. Racism is taught. People learn this. This is a learned behavior. So until they start to have these conversations within themselves now, I do understand where places come from. Now, if you ask me something because you sincerely want to know, I'll tell you. But you have to really want to know. But why should I have to teach someone who is indoctrinated with this and did this to my people for years, and then we turn around and do it to ourselves, to each other? So why am I teaching anybody nothing? We all know when it's wrong when we do it to each other. We know when it's wrong when we see someone do it to our counterparts. That's why when I'm in a working environment and somebody else, I will say something to somebody. I don't hold my tongue, because my thing is I would never want that to happen to me, because I've gotten treated that way and I ain't even asked for it and warranted. So from both sides. So I understand how it feels just to be you, and you ain't did nothing to nobody but minding your business. So yeah, I'm not educating you because you already know what it is. And now that orange man left, he has made it very comfortable for these folks to walk around here and feel like it ain't nothing to say what they want to say. So, if I say something back to you and I call you something, then hey, we even. But I'm not going to sit here and educate you. I'm not in that space. I'm tired of educating people. You know what you're doing when you're doing it, because you know right from wrong. You just that's you. And unless you want to change that, like I keep saying, Black people, we have to change ourselves if we want everybody else to change. Sometimes we have to clean up around our own porch first, we got to treat each other better. But I ain't educating them. Hell with them. Shit. They know what they saying when they say it, and they know what they doing when they do it. Some of them look at you, they'll say it, and they just want to see what your reaction is going to be. You will not get that energy from me. And I think that's what Cheryl did. She had to protect her bag. Okay, sometimes you have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. I think she held it very well, because if you think about it, Cheryl Underwood's been in the game how many years? You know, that's a good bag for her to have. She may or may not get that chance to have something like that. I know the show is dry. I don't watch it. It's dry. But you know, I want the sister to keep her job. Sometimes just let it get invested. But I'm upset that, you know, they fired Roseanne immediately over there at ABC, but CBS got to do an investigation. How long is that to take?
Be scared of lawsuits, you know, and there may be some sort of protocol in place that when situations like this happen, they have to follow certain guidelines. They just can't fire you right away. I don't know what, you know what I mean? Every state is different. Every job is different. So I don't know, but I have a feeling she's not going to be around for much longer.
But remember, Monica, how long Black Twitter ate them up about Big Brother and them always not having enough, you know, Black people on the shows and all that. I think once they changed that thing and trying to make everything inclusive over there, they had to get their stuff together. I think that's another reason probably too that they, you know.
And they did keep that the Asian host of Big Brother, despite her husband raping all the women at the CBS. So who knows, child? Who knows? Princess. I like Julie Chen though. I love Big Brother.
She's not on the talk anymore. I noticed that when all of them were up there.
Oh yeah, she been left. Girl, they got rid of her around the time her husband got fired. They got rid of her.
She stepped down. She just went ahead and, you know, before they fired her.
Yeah, I haven't, like Princess said earlier, that show been boring. I don't care who they get on there. I ain't watching when they added Eve or nobody. I'm like, y'all are so obviously trying to be a knockoff of The View, and it never works no matter what formulation you try.
I will say this though. Cheryl has stepped up her look, because that check is a good check and she looks a lot better. Like I said, I've met her years ago in person. She's actually a very beautiful lady and super smart, super witty. So I've always been a fan from afar, admired her. I'm just happy she needs that bag. She answered and handled, Cheryl, how you respond to someone on the job. Okay. It's not like they out in the street. It was professional. She got her together in a very PC type of way. Let's take some calls. The world's greatest entertainer. How are you, friend?
I'm doing good, and you all?
Good.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm sitting over here doing this, trying to finish this projection show, waiting on if I was gonna get picked tonight. So
well, you here, honey?
Yeah, look, I was right here watching just in case. So I want to talk about this Kirk Franklin and his son's situation. Now, look, I don't know what's up with some of these Christians. Knowing good and God well know they cuss, especially when someone done pissed them off, done took their husband, done ate their macaroni and cheese out the refrigerator. They know they cussing, and there be some people who also be up in my church. They know they be cussing. Just get them a good conversation, just give them some good gospel. They be cussing. But he was really wrong for that. He really tried to use his dad for clout in a very negative way. And if I were Kirk Franklin, I wouldn't even apologize, because I said what I said. We all don't even know what happened in that conversation to make him react the way he did. He could have been hitting him up for money. He could have said, "Oh, I sold something of the family value to somebody. I could have got somebody pregnant, or I done lost my job. I done got fired for doing something very stupid." We all don't know what happened, but that was very ignorant of him to try to do that to his father just for clout. But going back to this Sharon Osbourne situation, truth be told, I never really watched the talk. I almost called it The View because that's just how unnoticeable they are. I just really never watched the talk. Not even when Eve was there. I tried to get into it, but I just never really got into it. But we all can agree there are still some very racist people in England. We can also very pretty much say that there are still racist people in England, even though Eve is married to an English man, and even that goddamn Candace. Owens is married to an Englishman. But I digress. I can kind of see they should just have a conversation, but don't put the whole show on hiatus, because we all saw what happened with The View when Meghan McCain said something about Dr. Fauci. They just suspended her for a moment, but they still let the show go on. You don't be stopping other people's bad just because a dumb fool decided to act up. So they really should have thought this through and see, okay, what is it that we can talk to her about? But with this type of temperament and the way the water is going on right about now, I don't know how much longer she's fin to last up on the top, because we don't even know what's going on behind closed doors. She could be saying a lot of racial stuff that we never hear about. The only reason why we hearing about this stuff now is because of what happened with Meghan.
Absolutely. You make a lot of good points. You absolutely do. I bet you this has been going on a really long time at the talk, but who knows, child? Those people are all millionaires over there, so it ain't our business, right? You know,
ain't nobody signing us no check over here.
More money, more problems. That's what Biggie said.
All right, my love. You have a good evening. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Blessings, my love. How are you?
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Hey, family. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm West Coast.
All right now.
I'm West Coast. Crenshaw and Slauson.
Oh, Lord have mercy, child. I was over there. Let me tell you,
I'm right next to Nipsey.
Okay, that area is like, ooh, be careful.
I just started it looks gorgeous.
Be very careful. Okay.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I represent my West Coast, born and raised, LACA all day.
Ooh,
but hey, y'all, Monica, I just want to say this morning you had me dying, girl.
What did I say?
All through work. I watched that 3 times just so I can continue to laugh. That episode with Real Housewives of oh my God, you guys clowned so hard. And it was everything I was thinking. I said, this was the most boring show I've seen in a while. But I'm going to stick to what we're talking about tonight.
Okay.
Now, Kirk Franklin should have never, we all agree, don't apologize. We adults. You a father, a grandfather, stick to your work, stand your ground, brother. It is what it is. My kids get the worst, and I love the Lord. I will be in church. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Touch that one more time. Touch that one more time and see what happens to you. That's how I am with my kids. Touch it one more time, and it's going to come out. I'm going to have to snatch you a little bit. But I stand my ground. You got to stand your ground, Kirk. You got to stand your ground. Don't apologize to us, because we all understand. Yo, folks got you. As far as Sharon, that old hag need to go. Just get on. Hey, you paid your dues. Your husband paid your dues for you, boo. Get the hell on. You don't know nothing about us Black folks. You don't know nothing. And don't educate me. I ain't educating you about SHIT. If you this damn old, I don't give a damn how color your hair is. What color you wear. You can wear Crip blue, and I'm still going to look at you like a fool. You too old. Get on and do your thing with your kids, your grandkids. Cheryl, run this show. Get it together, because it is boring. But get it together, because you got this, you know, and just move on. She handled it nice, and I'm glad how she handled it. But of course, me being who I am, I probably would have had a little liquor in me before work. And
listen, you don't count my head now. You are acting a little bit too much.
Probably smoked before I went in. So
listen, you're a little bit too close to being, you know,
I can't handle that.
I can handle some
liquor. I can handle some wine, but I would have been like, y'all would have read my lips, because I would have told the cameraman, cut, because I'm about to cut.
Thank you. Thank you.
Listen. My eyes would have told everything.
Yeah.
Right now. And she would have got a real big handful. You're not about to act like I'm an outhouse nigga. That's not what you about to treat me
Fields,
like.
you in the fields like me. Yeah. we
Yeah,
about to
like
cut
I'm in
up.
the field.
Yeah, we about
And
to
you
cut
sitting
up.
on the porch and you can talk to me any kind of way. No, honey. We're going to get this right and clear. And you're going to be walking out here with a whole bunch of tissue because I'm going to make you cry.
Yes, God.
And you're going to go home and you're going to rethink how you treated me and how you reacted to this man's comment. And then you're going to apologize the right way. But anyway, I follow every single one of y'all on all y'all social media.
That's support.
Every single one of y'all.
That's support. I love
every
that.
single one of y'all.
I love that.
So
you are
everything.
hilarious.
Twitter.
You are funny. And you in my head, like everything you said was like spot on. Okay.
Spot on, because she would have got snatched up. Like, who the hell you yelling at?
Right.
That's a pet peeve for me. That's a pet peeve. I went to the supermarket and I love to go in the express lane, you know, like where you to self-checkout. But I usually bring like 50 items and it's like 10 items, right? Or less. And a young lady came running over and I'm like, I have OCD. That's my line. Please don't touch. They know me here. I said, go talk to the manager. They know me. Like I come to this. I come to the self-checkout all the time. They know me. So let me just do. She goes, okay. So then I said, then she stood there and started just staring. I said, you know, call him. I heard you. Child, I was just like, thank God I'm a Christian now. When she said that, she said, I heard you. This young girl was like,
oh, you gonna hear me all right.
You didn't backslide?
Baby.
Apparently you didn't hear me
Bad
clearly.
talk from young
right
girl. Ooh, no, ma'am. No. So I'm just I understand where you're coming from. You're not gonna talk to me no type of way.
You ain't gonna talk to me like I'm an outhouse. I worked too hard all my life. And Cheryl knows she's worked hard. I remember her from Def Comedy Jam. You are not about to treat my sister like this, homie. We ain't about to get down like this. You better watch who you talking to, because you didn't have to work. Your husband worked for you. You didn't have to work.
Yeah.
Your
and it was
husband
child
led
rape.
your way.
It was she was 16 on tour with him when he was sleeping with her. So yeah, girl, have a seat.
Yeah, your cherry pop that early. You better watch who you talking to.
Yes,
you better watch who you talking to, sister.
Girl.
Because we ain't the one. We come from two different worlds, and we ain't friends. Because I'm a whole different friend on a whole different level when you test me like that. Now we can be nice. We can keep it cute. Nice.
We can keep it ladylike now.
We can keep it real cute, and you're gonna lower your voice the next time you address me with some goddamn education about black folks. Because I'll take you to the black area. I'll let you sit down, and you're gonna fry some chicken. You're gonna fry some rice, and you're gonna wash some chitlins and clean them, and you're gonna eat them. Now what you gonna? I don't eat them. I don't mess with them, but that's how I treat them. I don't mess with them either, but that's how I would treat her. I would treat her like
we gotta treat her
like that. You want to yell at me? You want to yell at me? I got your back, girlfriend. I got your back. Because we gonna make you clean some chitlins and eat them.
Blessings,
How about that?
honey, my love. You need to call back in tomorrow night, please. I need to hear from you every night. Okay, sis. You and me are just like family. Bye, boo. Oh my God, I love her.
Woo! I do too. I like that idea. The next person who's I like that idea. The next person who say they want to learn, give them some Black People Boot Camp, honey.
Clean some chitlins.
And let me say this: if you're in a predicament like Cheryl Underwood, what you do, you anti the Karen. When she start yelling at you, like, "Why are you yelling at me like that? Why are you being so mean? You're being very aggressive." That's how you play that card. And then when they cut that camera, now you better not ever say that to me ever again. I will drag you. You hear me? I will drag you until you lose that British accent. Don't play with me. And if we get back on the camera, I'll be wiping my eyes with tears and everything. That's how you play that role. I'm telling y'all.
Can you imagine replace Rora with a black boot camp? You know how they do family boot camp or that show on the WE channel? If they do Black people's boot camp, and then they take people, put them in the house, and they show them like, you, sir, are white supremacists.
Look, we can start with all the folks. Make Andy Cohen go through it first. Then we going to the New York
He's
cast,
first
the
in
Real
line.
Housewives.
Yeah,
Then
he's
we gonna
first.
do the Beverly Hills cast, and we can go on bring Bronwyn and what's her name in Kelly Dodd and them in too. They need to learn. They get the scared straight version though. We gonna send them up there to Chicago with Princess.
I want to be in
Look,
charge.
I don't even go to that side. They need to go.
I'll be myself, y'all.
And even Lisa Rinna need to be in it too.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
crazy
With her
ass.
black fishing self and her daughter.
Yes.
Somebody get her TikTok. Somebody stop dancing. She messed up Meg's song, and it upset my spirit today.
Yeah, it did. It did. Right after Black History Month, we got to deal with this shit.
Just disrespectful.
It's just too much. It's too much. All about the tea. I meant to ask if we're going to address Stacey Dash because I am ready to bury her. She's buried herself. Now she's black again. Okay.
She ain't black shit.
No, she ain't.
Poor thing says, "Oh, I found my blackness again." Okay.
The girl, that card being revoked, burned, and everything. Can't reapply. Bye.
I know. We're gonna take one more caller before we head out of here. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all been having me cracking up over here. I'm gonna be quick. I don't know why all the time I'm always your last caller. It's funny, right? But anyway, I want to say I think I have a different opinion than most people about the Kirk Franklin thing. I think I am in the minority, which is fine. I didn't like it. I think the son was wrong for reporting him. I think that it was definitely invasive and it's very one-sided. We don't understand, what was Kirk responding to, right? But I didn't like what the 45-second clip I heard. I didn't like you calling your son broke. Like, I felt like that was really belittling. I don't know. I guess coming from a Christian, well, I'm a Christian. I personally don't curse. My mom is not Christian, and she curses all the time. My mom has never talked to my sister and her like that. My sister and her have had a very tense relationship, very back and forth, very disrespectful relationship, and I've never seen my mom go to that extent. So I guess me personally, just being a parent, I don't know how a child could make you go that far. So I was kind of disappointed in Kirk. I'm glad he did apologize, to kind of set the record straight. But I think I'm kind of disappointed in both of them. I'm disappointed in the son for exposing it, and I'm disappointed in Kirk for even talking to his son in that way, even if it was out of anger. I just don't like it, but that's just me. And it may be just the Christian in me. And I'm not saying that Christians can't curse. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Christians don't make mistakes. But when you are there to edify the church, this doesn't edify the church. This makes the church look like a joke. This gives people a right to point at the church and say, think about that Christian thing. Like the Creflo Dollars of the world make televangelism look like a joke. The man yelling holy water or pop, whatever y'all was talking about earlier, that makes it look like a joke. So then when you get to TD Jakes, who, in my opinion, is authentic, that's just my personal opinion, I think that you look at him like a televangelist, like, he got all these cars, he got all this money, but not knowing he got a production company. He got other outside avenues that has built him to be this person who he is. And I'm not here to just, ride on TD Jakes, but I'm just saying you give every televangelist a bad rap. You give every Christian artist a bad rap. But that's that on that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm in the minority, which is fine. But when it comes to the Sharon Osbourne thing, I wasn't surprised. I mean, Sharon Osbourne called the girl from, what's her name? The girl from, gosh dang it, her dad was on Sesame Street. Can't get her name right now. She was the black co-host on The Talk. Can't remember her name. But she called her ghetto, her and Leah Remini ghetto, and that they didn't belong on The Talk, and then executives fired them. So Sharon has kind of been doing this kind of like passive-aggressive racist stuff for a while now. So I'm really not shocked about it. I'm proud of how Cheryl Underwood handled it because I've seen her comedy specials. Cheryl can go in according to what she has displayed. So I'm kind of glad that she kind of held her composure about it. I'm really proud of her about that. But that's the thing. Why should she have to hold her composure when she's being attacked? That's the thing about I don't want to be viewed as the angry black woman, that I'm having this dialogue, I'm having this conversation, but yet I still got to have that internal clock. Okay, Cheryl, check yourself. Make sure you're not trying to overtalk her. Make sure that you're telling her she's not a racist. Let me pacify the white person so I won't look bad in the media, right? And some kind of way, Sharon, still was able to derail their whole show. I mean, but her daughter said racist stuff. Her daughter was on not the off-brand, the real actual show, the talk. I mean, The View, excuse me. And her daughter made a comment on the real, the name brand show, and was like, if we get rid of Donald Trump, we get rid of all Hispanics, who's going to clean Donald Trump's toilet? I don't know if y'all remember that. Her daughter was guest co-hosting on the.
We actually showed the video. We showed the video in this live of that.
Oh, I must have missed it. I had to jump off, but I came back on. So yeah,
multitasking.
See, I'm multitasking.
Yeah.
My son is excited to go to CVS and get some stuff. But so yeah, that just proves the point. Like, this is a history of racism that they've been doing, right? Like, you guys have been riding on this man biting back heads off forever. I mean, I didn't even know who y'all was. I didn't even know y'all was trained journalism or not commentators, right? You guys just kind of jumped into this trade, which is fine, right? We can do what we want to do. But I just don't appreciate Sharon's tone. I don't appreciate her taking up for Piers Morgan, because what he said was despicable, honestly, even if it was just
I think
just out of anger. So
we have this new system here now where it's like, time's up.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, it's good to have difference of opinions, and I like it. And I like the fact that you just don't agree with us. That's fine. I actually love it, to be quite honest with you, because it enriches the whole chat and it creates conversation. Now, did Kirk Franklin's words trigger you? Is that what it is? Were you triggered by the stuff he was saying?
I'm not gonna say I was triggered. I was disappointed because I didn't think a parent would talk to a child that way. I wasn't personally triggered because my parents have never talked to me that way, right? But I was just kind of concerned, like, why would that be that far? But yet again, and I didn't grow up in a Christian home, right? I grew up in a home that my family curses. Like, that's what they do. I don't, but that's what they do. So I think Players had want to say something.
Well, so I understand. I definitely understand what you're saying. What I want to caution, and this is one thing that really bothers me. I am a Christian. The church is a hospital. It's not perfect. The people in it aren't perfect. And that's what we need to be getting to lost souls. We need to say, like, no, this isn't something that happens here regularly. And no, you shouldn't endeavor to do this all the time. He got in his flesh. He got outside of his character, and it happens, and it's okay. Like, God still loves you anyway. You can still get back on it. I think it's kind of bad when we try, because it's a false narrative that the church is perfect, because it's not.
Of course.
And when you tell people that the church is perfect, or you try to put forth their image, and people get into church, they experience church hurt. And because in their mind, oh, I was supposed to come here and everybody was going to love me. And then, no, ma'am. The people in the choir be arguing and fighting with each other. People on the usher board be arguing and fighting over what shirt we're going to wear Sunday. Like, it's normal and natural. What I think the church needs to do is embrace therapy, embrace anger management, embrace conflict resolution. You can't keep telling people, oh, just pray about it, honey. That ain't gonna work. Yes, prayer works, but prayer without works is dead. You have to do your work as well. And so I get what you're saying. I just hate that this world is so image driven, and the church has taken that mission on as well. And that's not what Jesus called us to be. Like, we're supposed to be a safe haven for all of those people that are out there living in their flesh, to know that this is a safe place to go. And so, think about if somebody else sees that, it's like, well, dang, I cuss out my kids too. And people are saying he a Christian, he shouldn't do that. Everybody is down his neck. Like, everybody makes mistakes. It's about how you recover. But I get what you're saying. I guess
I want to clarify just really briefly, Monica. I know my time's up. But just really briefly, I'm not saying that church shouldn't be a hospital. Like, I wasn't coming from a Christian perspective. I'm coming from a parent perspective and just a mutual respect perspective. Let's take a Christian. Let's forget he's a Christian. Let's forget he's a gospel artist. I think I emphasized it too much on my response. my thing is that kind of threw me off just from a human perspective, like just a mutual respect perspective. Like I would never talk to nobody like that, but that's just me. So that's why this is just my opinion. But I totally understand what you're saying about the church as a hospital. They need to embrace mental health and they need to embrace, anger management and things like that. So 100% what you're saying is true.
Well, I would say this. I did grow up in a Christian household, and I did grow up with parents that did not curse. So and subsequently, me and my sister who are believers, and we profess Christianity. We don't curse either, but have seen people been pushed to the point to where they did go off, and they did cuss out their child, and that was not a normal thing for them. But what the child had put them through, I understood the human aspect of it. And my parents always told me, you give someone grace because you don't know what that parent then went through trying to get that child who's spoiled rotten and trying to give them the best that they could, push them to the edge of where they got cussed out by them. And just as me, when I seen that, because I seen my dad did that, he went off for my brother. When he said, "Son, will you forgive me? I don't never talk like that." And I said, "Oh no, I understand. I understand because my brother, there was getting a physical altercation, and I ain't never laid my hand on my dad. Never. I'll never do nothing like that. But my brother, and he thought he was big and bad. He did that to him, and my brother came back and apologized because we weren't raised to do that type of stuff where we disrespect our parents. So when I seen Kirk Franklin go off on his son pushed him. His son is a spoiled brat. And when the parent tries so hard with the child and the very child that you raised and loved and gave all that you could to them, have the nerve to come on the phone and try to record you, and we don't know what the son said to him to push him over the edge. So I understand what you're saying, but I've lived that life and I know what it's about, and I'm still gonna give Kirk Franklin grace because we all fall short of his glory. But as if he come back and repent, and he came to the people and said he was sorry for that, I'm not gonna look at him differently for that because I know I heard Kirk Franklin's testimony and where he comes from. And for someone to try to hold their composure for so long, and you now see a human reaction, that's out of his character because I never seen him cuss anybody out before.
Can I say one thing as y'all closing? I get your sentiments because he's a parishioner in the church and he has an example, and he did apologize for saying his words. But at the end of the day, first of all, the word says, work out your own soul salvation with fear and trembling. And that means it's not up to me to control the way you are saved. It's up to each of us as individuals to worship God, to get our lives right in the sight of God, and that's it. It's not up to us to govern what someone else does. I do know as a former parishioner of the church that you have to be an example. But let me tell you something. As a parent that I done went through with 2 teenagers, and I got a grown man as a parent, also being a parishioner of the church, being behind the scenes and taking offering and listening to what people look. My favorite word, Monica, I'm gonna say it one time only today. People be on fuck shit, including in the church, okay? And sometimes you have to cuss. My kids, sometimes I have to ask them. I straight up asked them, one of them, I was like, who raised you? And then she was like, well, you did. I'm like, no, I didn't raise you to do that. They will do some stuff that you ain't never thought they would do that come out left field. Children will embarrass you. Children will say things to you. But at the end of the day, I didn't see no kid coming to his daddy. I saw one grown man coming to another grown man with disrespect. And you came with disrespect, and I met you with some disrespect. So we exchanged the same energy. Okay. And unfortunately, he let him mess up his chakras and mess up his vibe. But sometimes when you got your kids and they get on your nerves and you know that they ain't tried you, because some of your kids will push you to. He got multiples. It's always one when you got multiples. It's always one that's just going to do the extra. And I think that's just the one to do the extra. And this was the day that he said, okay, I got something for you. I'm going to match your energy today. He didn't know he was being recorded, but we didn't hear the whole conversation either. He probably could have stopped like 7 times. And like, look, don't do it. Don't do it, sir. I'm trying to tell you, Don't do it. And he probably got
Correct.
to that moment.
Yeah.
You know, as a man, you know, you had to say something to another man for him to say, I need to put my foot up your ass. And then you use a P-A-N, okay? So we have to think about that whole thing. I want you to really feel that thing and think about it in the whole system of it all. That, you know, goes beyond parenting. This goes beyond Christianity. This goes that he was messing with him. He baited him into that argument. He set him up. That sounds like a setup to me.
He did.
I mean, I think so. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, very fair.
I mean, like I said, yeah.
Yeah. Mike, thank you for calling in. And we do appreciate your difference of opinion, you know. And that's what we're all about on this platform is agreeing to disagree as long as we do it respectfully. And that's exactly what you did tonight. There's nothing wrong with what you said. And the panel had their reaction to what you said. And I respect that as well. And I agree with everybody all around, right? Yeah, but y'all gonna leave Kirk Franklin alone. Leave him alone. Okay. Leave him alone.
Before he stomp you.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I hope you guys.
We're playing with
right.
you. It's okay to laugh. Bye, baby. You have a good night.
With you.
Bye.
Bye.
Like, I don't like that. Okay. We really thank you so much for the super chat. He tried to expose Kirk, but it backfired. Shaking my head big time because a lot of people came to Kirk's defense, even Steve Harvey. But I wish he would just shut up. Like, Steve, just shut up. Stay out of it.
We already know you cussed everybody out.
Oh yeah. So of course you think it's okay. It's fine. Just shut up. Have someone like Yolanda Adams come out and support him. You know.
Right.
You know,
yeah, Tamla Man, David Man.
If Yolanda come out, you deserved it. If Yolanda come out, because the Tina, they'll cuss you out.
Yeah,
I think Tamla Man will definitely cuss you out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I watched the show and what is it, David Mann and his son was about to go head to head. He was looking like, you don't want none of this.
Shirley Caesar, have someone like Shirley come out and support you. Yeah,
Shirley definitely cussing you out.
Oh yeah, you rolling the eyes. What?
You definitely too.
Shirley?
Oh, you definitely cussing you out. That's one of them grandma cusses right
That's
there.
like grandma at the church. Yes, you out.
Leandra Johnson cusses and does drugs and drinks, and y'all still take her back in the church every day.
Look, we seeing that fall short of the grace every day, and you know what? We come back.
We do, because listen, we're in no place to judge. It's not our place to judge him. And we like Bishop said, it's very important to show people grace because Christians are humans. We do fall short. He came back. He said he was sorry. He acknowledged his behavior. He apologized for it. And this is a private matter. It should really be handled privately. That boy, he sound like a damn baby. He need a spanking anyway. We need to go to him and Goo Gaga need to go to therapy together. Okay. Bishop.
You need to take a bath.
That too.
Soap and some water.
That's true.
Some
Yeah. He does look a little dusty. He does. Look at him. That's not cute to me. That's dusty.
The dingy spirit.
Now look at this beautiful family. Don't they look beautiful? They're beautiful.
Now,
Clean
Sister
cut.
Franklin, I don't know about that dress, sister. All right, Sister Franklin.
It's new fabric. It's new.
Amen.
It's a bit much. It's a bit much.
Sister Tammy.
A little bit too much. Look at Kirk Franklin. He is a young man. Look at Kirk Franklin. Okay, y'all gonna leave him alone.
Sister Tammy, that's why they done stayed married so many years. You did give them the Holy Ghost.
That necklace Plies got on look real charming, Charlie-ish.
It might be.
They say he a gazoo. He's a blouse.
Oh no! I love Plies, but this poor jacket and this charming Charlie's necklace is giving.
Y'all not gonna do my Algernon like that.
That's a lot, Flies.
Y'all gonna leave Kirk Franklin
I don't
and
like
his
it,
Carmen
Flies.
Charlie necklace alone. Okay.
But I like Plies. Plies be having me cracking up.
Oh, I do
But
too.
He's the
yeah.
only rapper that honestly speaks the truth on Twitter, and he says it and stands in his truth. I could take him above anybody else. The rest of them, throw him away, all of them. And why did Jay-Z look like Morpheus last night?
I don't know what's going on. Him and let me not say nothing. Let me not say my truth.
Yeah, the Beehive gonna be on you, but I think you probably was gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm just saying, quarantine been real weird. That's all I'm gonna say.
That whole outfit looked very ritual-like. That's all I'm gonna say. It's very ritual looking. That's all.
You know, I was scared.
It was weird.
Yeah, very ritual-like. Boss lady, thank you so much for the super chat. I know someone close to Kirk's baby mama. Kirk has never had a good relationship with his son. His wife has never been accepting of the son, nor his mother. Well, if the mother acts anything like the son, I could see why. You know, they all crazy. Mirage Bond, thank you so much for the super chat, my love. Wait a minute. Bishop said tap dancing. Did y'all see Black Buddha comments? She said, challenge. Y'all remember that episode on the Cosby's?
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite episodes.
Challenge. Absolutely. Leticia McGee, I think I read this one. Miss Underwood wouldn't drag her all through that building. Yeah, she's not that, listen, she's at work. You can't do. She's at work,
That's why I say you go further Karen than she does. Like when she's acting aggressive and mean, like they like to throw that off on us. I'm like, you're very hostile. I'm like, you're very aggressive. Are you okay? Like this is not a good look for you, Sharon. I would have done all the classic white people stuff. And as soon as that camera went off, I would have got her together with the grit of your teeth, like how your mama and your aunties do, and your dad used to say, "Boy, get over here."
Yeah, not in that building though. I'd have waited till
see my mouth.
Parking lot. I'd have been like really quiet, whispering in her hand, listen, bitch, okay? You ain't gonna talk to me no type of way. Quietly in her ear. But on the pan, I'd be like, Sharon. Come on. I've never seen you act like this. Are you okay? Do you need tissue?
I thought we were friends. I would have done all that.
Sharon, why? Do you need tissue? She's coming. It's not like you.
I went to the boss and said, she's making me nervous. Like, are you what we're doing here?
I feel extremely threatened. I would like to fill out the paperwork, please. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you,
that's how you do it. That's how you exactly, because whooping her butt wasn't gonna help.
No, you would have been
if
fired.
she had caught like the lady said that was on. If she had caught Def Comedy Jam Cheryl or Comic View Cheryl, she might would have got it.
Yeah.
But this Cheryl is too old for that.
No,
I would have paid good money.
Smart. Cheryl is very smart. She's a smart one. You got to play the game of life smart. Okay, what does that benefit her? Going off on her, getting angry, losing her cool, and kicking her behind on nothing. Fired, under the jail. Full prosecution.
If it was her, it'd be entertaining for me. Now, probably not for her.
And that's not Cheryl's brand. See, now Whoopi could have got away with going off on her because that's Whoopi's brand. That's The View, and she's pretty much established herself as that type of Black woman, which I love. Okay, I love me some Whoopi now.
Whoopi gonna go off on you and go to commercial, so you can't say nothing back. Bye.
Right?
Yeah.
She do Jamaican McCain every time. Every time she eat her ass up and then be like commercial.
I love when they was trying to go off on her about that Janae Rice thing. She like, now I'm gonna say this: men and women need to keep their hands to themselves. Now, if you put your hands on a man, you can't guarantee what he gonna do to you. And she like, I stand by what I said. And then people was coming at her. She's like, I'm not tripping off what you say. You need to keep your hands to yourself. I'm like, okay, Whoopi, you gangster.
She is. Watch her action is so good. I love her. She's great. Esther Tucker, thank you so much for the super chat. Black people don't have to teach racism because it was, already taught to us. Okay. Sir For Sean Williams, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, "Damn, I didn't know Kirk's son looked like that. Looking like the type you might let mess up your credit. I know I'm late."
I told y'all.
A homosexual.
Huh? Really?
Some people do. Monica, you saying no?
No, he got to be fine if I'm gonna let him use my credit card or get something in my name.
Well, if he's slaying the dragon,
your car all day, using up all your gas, picking you up late for work.
but those are the type that could slay the dragon. Now, if you can't attempt to even, get in the building of the dragon, then you wouldn't let no dude do that to you. So,
yeah,
there's levels to this.
Nicole Ryan Enyar, thank you so much. Enyar, is that how you say it? Enyar? Okay, I don't know, child. Thank you. Sorry, Plaz, how do you pronounce that last part of the name? Enyar? Okay, all right. It ain't just me.
Stop playing with it, Monica. Just go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead, dog.
Anytime I see names like that, I think the people are like trying to spell their name backwards, but I can't even. I don't know.
Listen, I've come to a point in my life where I don't even try to figure stuff out anymore. Just move on.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I just pronounce what I can pronounce or whatever the name. So I was like, Nicole. Hey, how you doing?
Right, and that's it. Hey, Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. Monica says she needs the resource hotline. She feels unsafe. Absolutely. Threatened. Do you need a tissue? I probably would have got him and just start moving my chair back a little bit and maybe start signaling to producers like, we need to get somebody in here. You got to learn how to play the game.
Yeah,
child.
you have to make records of what's going on.
Is HR available?
And when she calls you and texts, don't respond. Don't pick up the phone. Don't answer back.
She's stalking me.
Yeah, see, right. Just say, look at my phone log. It's 6 missed calls. Should I file a police report? I'm feeling so threatened. That's what you do.
I feel uncomfortable in this work environment space.
And then you lawyer up and just say, hey, I reached out to my attorney because this is getting dangerous.
And then you get that
and you say
restraining
it in
order.
that voice. Hey, I reached out to my attorney. This is getting dangerous. You say it in that type of voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
I'm feeling really uneasy.
Threatened. And you know what? I should probably go home. I should probably leave the premises.
That's the bill collector voice. Oh no, they don't live here anymore. No. Oh, you had the wrong number.
We should telemarketer voice, schoolboy, because if a number calls me that I don't know, I will like, hola.
Yes.
I do that sometimes.
I have to get my professional voice on, like when they call my job. Hey, good afternoon. How can I help you? You know, and then men will start flirting with me, and I'll be like, ugh, if you only knew what I look like right now, I'm sitting in some boxes. But you go ahead, brother. You know, do what
How your voice sound?
It sounds real professional.
Oh, no,
You have a professional voice on.
Come on, we need the sample.
Good morning.
Let me get this. Yeah.
Good morning. Thank you for calling Texas Colon and Rectal Surgeons. This is Tiara. How may I help you?
Oh, okay.
You have to get real, you know, they don't know if I'm
light in
white.
voice. Light.
You got it.
Well, that's definitely very adjacent to a lot of things. Yes.
Take the bass out your voice.
Plus, what's your because when a strange number 1-800 or something, I don't know who the hell it could be a bill from years ago. I'm not paying that shit from years ago. Good luck. Okay. Don't be trying to call me. I moved on. I got good credit now, y'all. Okay. So what's that voice when you don't recognize a number and they be like, don't call me and be like, Monica. I'm sorry. Monica? I say it like that. Yeah. And then they say my last name and then we get, What's the voice that you use if you don't recognize a number?
So the voice they normally hear is, you have reached the voicemail of 504. Because I don't answer, honey. I send you straight to voicemail. I don't want no extended car warranty. I'm not finna lie to you about these medical bills because all y'all do is write them off anyway. Get off my phone and you can't even put it on my credit report. But you know, now they have their ways. Now they show up as like local numbers. So if I'm waiting on like a doctor's office to call or something, sometimes I will pick it up because I'm thinking it might be somebody I actually want. But yeah, you're right. When they start saying my whole name, you would like to speak to who? She's not in right now. Would you like to leave a voicemail or a message? Oh yes, can you have her call 1-800 number? Then I get, I gotta act like I'm writing down the number. Okay, you said 1-800. Okay, 344 7726. Okay, I'll have her call you back as soon as she gets in. Then I'm mad at myself because I didn't answer.
And you don't block that number. Like, okay, blocked.
Y'all watch out now. They passed the law. They can contact you on your social media now.
Thank God I don't have none.
Right. Thank God. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't have nothing in my government name. Good luck with that.
Yeah, so you come up in here if you want to. I used to be a debt collector. You would get your feelings hurt. I will bust you down. I'll bust you down.
Yeah, you know how to handle them. I mean, it's ridiculous. Go on and leave me alone.
The block Diana.
I thank God I'm delivered from all of that except for those scam likely calls. Your they call from local numbers too. Your car warranty. And I'm like, I don't even have a car, sir, man. What do you call me?
Oh my God. Princess, what is the voice you use for the, call of numbers you don't know, the unknown numbers?
Well, it depends on how much I feel like playing and what race I want to be. But the standard is, hello, how may I help you?
Oh, that's
You're calling for whom? Okay, well, she's not available today. May I take a message? Oh, well, do you have a last name, ma'am? Okay, no, go to hell. Thank you. You have a nice day.
Oh gosh, the ones in India, the fake IRS, the fake Social Security. Please.
And
They
people
really
be giving
their
them money,
game up.
and then every time I think I'm gonna do a scam like that, the God tell me you don't want to go to jail because it's gonna be your ass to go to jail. And I say, oh, yep, you're right.
Well, my brother used to be a bill collector, like a real one. So he taught me all the things to play with them or whatever. Or like at my job with somebody, it was a pastor that owed us some money because somebody put that in the chat. So I called my brother. He called the people. I gave the people the number. He called them for us to act like he was a bill collector. He was going to get that money. They sure enough answered that phone. And then she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I fell on hard times. I'll be up to the office next week. So he taught me how to play with people real good.
Y'all know who I miss for real?
Who you miss?
Bae. I had a bunch of baes texting me about the election. They don't even text no more.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You didn't have people texting
I had
you?
that. Well, you know what? They kept
election.
God, yeah.
I did, yeah.
They would text me every day, baby. Some different group. I'm like, I have already voted. Can you please stop doing this?
Girl,
I'm independent.
Greg
I don't care
Abbott
what
in
y'all do.
office tried to text me the other day. I said, Greg Abbott, you's a lie. Not today. Not today. That Hot Wheels wheelchair. No, not today.
Yeah, I got a lot of those election texts. That was so annoying. I'm so happy the election's over. It's like, leave me alone, please. Go to
Thank
hell.
God for do not disturb on the phone because it stay on do not disturb for 24 hours a day. Unless I got you trying to wait for a delivery or something and you want to make sure you hear the alert. But as soon as that alert and I got my delivery, it's going back on do not disturb. Only people that can reach me is you on my favorites. If your number is unfamiliar,
you
got the little
you just gotta leave a message, and if it's like, I'm like, you got a new number. Okay, I'll call you back.
But no, I have a lot of older people in my family too, and like I said, I always take their calls, even though I know they go in senile or whatever, and it's by accident. They'll keep calling me, and I'm like, it's okay. They're like, oh, Monica. Oh, sorry. And they, I just feel so bad though. Yeah. It's just a hard time in life for older people, but treat your older folks good. Take care of your people. Always answer their call because one day those calls stop.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. All right, y'all. Let's wrap it up. It's getting late. You know, I'll be having my babies out here late.
Oh, I hope the small one gets smart.
Oh
I
Lord.
think she's talking about us.
No, I'm talking about my babies, y'all. My babies. I'll be having y'all out here late.
My bad.
I really thought you were talking about the kids.
No, that's not those babies. They fend for themselves. Shit.
I was confused. So I didn't know which ones.
No.
I was like, I think she's talking about she done told y'all the little one probably put her to bed at night.
Oh, she does. She does.
The little
She's
one that
something else.
cooked dinner and everything.
Y'all meet her one day. She is something else. She's a piece of work, that little girl. Piece of work. All I say to her is, when I get old, just please treat me good, please. Because she just looked like, oh, child.
I'll get you back.
Yeah. Bishop, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me here on The Bishop, on YouTube, and I'm here to, bring a healing to the people. And you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bishop Red Pill. That's my white guy voice.
You sound like when the people at 3 a.m. on the BET. Yes. Where can the people find you? And congratulations on getting monetized.
Hey.
That's our baby. Okay.
Thank you all. Thank you all so much. And thank all the teacups out there who have been supportive and with me here and on my channel. I really do appreciate it. I didn't expect to happen this fast. So I just thank y'all. But you can find me on Instagram at scared_of_beautiful, and here on YouTube at my channel, Scared of Beautiful, just spaces, no periods. And thank y'all again.
I'm so happy for you. So happy. Schoolboy, where can they find you?
Y'all done found me on the Twitter. You can find me on YouTube at school_boy. You can find me on Twitter at school_boy. You can find me on Instagram on school_boy_2021. I've been neglecting y'all lately. I'm sorry.
It's all right, babe. It's all right. You got a birthday coming up, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be indisposed this weekend. So I'm just let y'all know I'm be indisposed.
Oh, okay. Earlier today, you was like, maybe. So is it a definite?
Well, I had to ask. I had to put some pressure on, and apply the pressure. She told me that I would this weekend we would spend time. So probably y'all see me Friday, and then y'all see me catch me Monday. Monday is my official birthday, so y'all catch me in. Catch me outside.
Right. Well, excuse me, Miss.
How about that?
Excuse me. You got plans. Okay. Pamela Marlborough, thank you so much for the super sticker. We really love and appreciate you. Princess, where can they find you?
Well, you guys, you can always follow me on Instagram at Princess AV613. It does rhyme. So you can go Princess AV613. And there you can find all of the links to my Twitter, which is Princess N2K, TikTok as well. And also you can find my YouTube channel, which is here, House of the Princess, and the website to match. Thank you guys for following. I'll see you there.
Oh, damn. Was it an infomercial?
I know. I was like, I'll take two. I'll take two of what you're selling.
Well, she did say she do them voiceover lessons, so they're working. Good job. Good job. Monica, I love you. I love you too, Janice. Thank you. Love and appreciate you. You guys can find me here on this channel on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button down below. If you're not subscribed, I don't know why you wouldn't be. Like, we serve piping hot tea nightly. Okay. No watered down. No watered down. No stale tea. Okay. Hot, fresh brew tea. And by the way, Friday, the membership is opening up on Friday. So yeah. I was working on that. What else is going on? We'll be back here tomorrow night.
Monica, did you make an emoji with Hennessy?
Girl, you know what? You just gave me an idea. That's a good. Okay, y'all got it. I might make the a loyalty badge with Hennessy too.
As a family on Friday, I would appreciate to have a drink and have a toast with my family for my birthday in commemoration.
Of course.
You know.
I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Cause listen, we got lives too, schoolboy.
It's not your birthday on Friday.
Okay, yeah.
It don't matter. I'm celebrating all weekend.
Don't get the bass in your voice. Don't get the bass in your voice.
Okay.
I might call out of work on Monday.
Oh Lord, child, don't say it here. Don't say it here.
Yeah, you live. You can't be doing that.
How you gonna tell the boss that you gonna call off?
Membership.
Because that's what Black people do.
I know, child. We be giving everything away on social media. Shh, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Just start coughing now. That's all. Just start coughing. You never know who watches, okay? Yep. Membership to have access to the after dark parties, movie nights. We're also doing watch parties, loyalty badges, custom emojis, links to the backstage early. That's what membership offers you. And like I said, I kept it real reasonable. I mean, you'll see it. I'm dropping information. Teacups, thank you so much for tuning in tonight and always being so loving, kind, and supportive. None of us on this panel would be where we are today without y'all. So thank you. We appreciate you. You are part of our extended family. We love you. Mods, thank you for holding down the chat as usual. Love you guys. Everyone that sent in a super chat or a cash app tonight, thank you so much for helping us keep the lights on. We appreciate it. I need y'all to stay safe and be blessed. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Bye.